We're here to define what a man is, right?
Responsibility creates struggle, struggle creates strength, and strength creates structure.
How many people care about what people think about them? Be honest.
As a man, you got to be able to protect not just yourself, but your family.
When we talk about being a man, it's your behaviors.
But I don't say any of this to brag. I don't say any of this to gloat my life up or I'm better than anybody.
I start crying. I'm like, why am I crying? And so what I realized was,
you put yourself in a target-rich environment. You are the only woman that paid for a ticket to come to this event.
if you're trying to teach your daughter to be around a certain man and you're not that man yourself, she gonna choose you.
Hey, let me not touch this nigga. He too clean. Where is that on you?
It's not on me.
It's not on you. The only reason why it's not on you is because you didn't choose it.
Find the women who can actually help you build. And here's some deep game for you. You don't have to have sex with all of them.
Since 2016, I've been following Lucario and Miles. Y'all changed my life. Followed by Uncle Ram. So ever since then, I've been getting a little bit of too much ass at times.
As you know, as a man, there's a balance to it. Your purpose and pussy. And the heavier your purpose.
Even if you lose the relationship, you don't lose yourself. And that's the most important part.
Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Lucario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Lucario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, The Definition of Game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Topsoil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLucario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
What's good? It's your boy, Mr. Lucario, the bad boy of the motherfucking dating game. What's popping with you guys? What's going on? Today's show, you know, is one of my guilty pleasures talking about this bullshit. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to my lady April MC in the motherfucking building. Shout out to Sovereign. Shout out to that John Unique 79 in the motherfucking building. Shout outs to Jay. Shout out to CT Bruce the second. Baki, what's going on? No data. Shout out to the Life of Champo. Shout out to Joe Blast in the motherfucking building. Of course, I got up in here. Main event Fro, what's going on? Fogoyo, what's going on? Kenwood Drive, Guzman, Lewis, Mode or Culture was popping with you. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. So you know, this damn Brittany Renner shit, man. You know, this chick. I love the marketing, man. I got to give it up to the marketing. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, listen. These chicks are winning out here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's amazing to me that you know, like certain people, they get notoriety for nothing. Like I don't understand what the hell she does. Like, what does Brittany Renner do? Like, what is her talent? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I would love for someone to let me know. I just don't know. But this video right here today, I want to talk about how, you know, a lot of beta males lost their minds because she was on Shannon Sharp's show and she was talking about her body count, and dudes went crazy. They were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that she fucked so many guys," right? So she said her body count was 35, and niggas went crazy because I was reading comments under some people's posts and everything, and they were saying like, "Yo, that's a lot." Some people were saying that's not that's a little bit and all this other stuff. But what I want to do is I want to show a video. This is actually a video from DJ Academics where he was talking about it, and he's showing some of the video. But what I want you guys to notice is what DJ Academics was also saying in the video is going to prove what I've been saying to you guys all along when it comes to this body count bullshit. He's basically going to be talking about why guys feel some type of way about the body count, right? And I've been talking about this forever. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to bring this video up. Let me share the screen real quick. And yeah, it's fucking, yo, this weather got me almost feeling like a nigga sick, but I don't like to, you know, be saying that shit and speaking shit into existence. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get to this thing real quick. Hold on, let me do this so I can get the right one that I want to get. Hold on, let me see. There we go. Let me do that one. I like that one right there. And let me try to blow this up just a little bit. Just a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? There we go. All right, so this is DJ Academics talking about the situation, right? So I'm going to start it, stop it, you know, give the commentary, and then we're going to get into that. And also, guys, if you have a question, put the Q in the chat. If you want to call up, the call-in number is 646-481-3901 is the number. You feel what I'm saying? And we're going to make that happen. You feel what I mean? So let me start this, and we're going to start, stop it, and go into this. All right, check this out.
That person.
History in the
And to know.
But then you have to go back to when there was the Derek Jeter diamond. That's what my track record's like. But Derek Jeter gets a segment on ESPN where they have his dating history in the. Let me finish though.
No, I ain't saying nothing, Brittany.
I'm thinking it. You were thinking it.
I'll get some water because I'm sweating.
Because my dating pool is.
Here we go.
I mean, my God, impressive, expansive. I've had sex with 35 guys. Okay.
Whew. Oh Lord.
See, and fucking Shannon Sharp looking like a goofball, talking about, oh Lord, oh my God. And listen, guys, let me say something real quick, because I put up a video earlier on TikTok and Instagram. There was a clip where I was talking about body count. And what's interesting about the whole thing about high body counts, it's all imaginary emotional arguments, right? Because think about it this way. If you say you don't like a woman with a high body count, right? What is the number that is high? Because if it's high, there needs to be a number. Meaning, if you go over this number, it's high. If you're under this number, it's low. So what's the number? Now, the number will probably be different for different niggas, right? So, and so let's say a guy says, if a woman has, more than 10 bodies, that's too high. Okay, cool. So how do you know the difference between a woman who's had 11 bodies and 9 bodies? Right? So if you say, I don't want a chick who had more than 10 bodies. Okay, cool. How do you know if she had 11 or 12 or 8 or 9? How do you know? And the answer is you can't know. Right? So a lot of this stuff is just a very, emotional argument. You understand? That guys get into. Right? But let's continue. Let's see what they talking about real quick.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp trying to fuck. Salute to Unc though. You feel me? That nigga was like, yo, 35 bit. This shit finna be 36 when we done.
Impressive isn't the word. So if I'm judged for
anybody else need a shot of this?
If I'm judged for having great taste,
we are in the bar, so help yourself. We got this for the next hour. Woo.
If I'm judged for having great taste, although someone like Derek Jeter, for example, who had his dating diamond.
Why would you feel a need that you can be honest to yourself? I know how many men I slept with. That ain't for everybody else. But why did you feel that needs to be for public consumption?
Well, first of all, hold on. This is the question we should be asking. Why do we feel the need to hide it? In other words, why do we feel the need to hide sexuality and hide, sex talk and hide, thoughts about sex? Why do we feel the need to do that? You understand? Like, if we want to talk about this shit, we could talk about this shit. But why is this thing where we need to hide it? As to say, well, you should, this is because people, this is what people do. They think about sex as something it's really extremely private and all this other shit, right? Cool. But at the end of the day, what happens is that a lot of times we're hiding this or shunning this because we think there's something wrong with it or something wrong with talking about it or something that's, it's to be ashamed of and all this other shit. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I would ask. Like, why is there this need to hide it? But let's continue.
That's the crux of this. That's what you might.
And I'm agreeing with Shannon Sharp on this question. I like Brittany Renner. She's really well spoken. She's really honest, and that's why I've always thought she would be great for like podcasts because not only is she a great orator and she knows how to communicate what she feels and thinks, I do believe she's extremely honest, and a part of doing what's necessary to be done to have a successful podcast or just be a broadcaster is that level of honesty, that level of, even if it shames you, you're being honest and you're keeping it real with the audience. And even with that though, I'm wondering why she did say, I think that's her actual number. Usually they say you take a woman's number, you multiply by whatever. I think that's her actual number. However, in reality, people are going to judge her negatively for that number. Now, granted, like, I know whores. Brittany Renner is 30. She's had 35 bodies at 30. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not ideal, but it's not something where it's like, oh my God, this is the biggest whore that ever lived.
And see, he's saying it's not ideal, but he knows whores. Basically, he's trying to say, I know women who probably have higher than that and all this other stuff. But the thing is that let's say it's not 35. Let's say it's double that, and she's just saying 35, right? But again, what is the issue? What is there to be ashamed of? It's just sex. See, Motor Culture said, because your real number tells a lot about your true value or lack thereof. That's why people don't want to reveal it. What? So your value is based off who wants to fuck you? Is that what we're talking about? See, I got to call up today because I want to hear some of this shit. So your value is based off of who wants to fuck you. That's crazy. All right, but let's continue though. Let's continue. Hold on.
You could tell she went through a phase or she did her thing, but maybe it's a little bit more than what I would consider average for a woman like that. But I don't think it's completely out of bounds. Now, y'all might be like, what the fuck? Bro, in reality, the majority of women are going to lie to you. And I only respect Brittany because I believe she would be telling the truth.
And that's a fact. Most women are going to lie. You feel what I'm saying? They're going to lie to you. So, and again, I was on Instagram and dudes were saying, I was saying, how do you know if a chick has a high body count? And niggas were saying, well, if she has a high count, you're going to tell based off of her behavior. Right? This is what niggas say. They say based off of her behavior, you'll be able to know. And I'm like, no, you're not. And the guy was like, well, if a chick, some dude said if a chick can have sex and not get emotionally attached, that means she has a high body count. And I'm like, my nigga, you must not be fucking out here, because if you was fucking out here, you would know that women in general could fuck without getting emotionally attached. You feel what I'm saying? It's crazy. Okay, Modern Culture, she said, I'm not saying me. She was like, I'm saying meaning others, excluding myself from that narrative. I don't think that shit. Okay. I'm just saying, well, that's true. So a lot of people will think that type of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
Like, you meeting a girl near 30, bro. If a girl near 30 tell you that she's had sex with under 10 dudes, bro, let's be fucking for real, my nigga. You think you're meeting a 30-year-old and she really only has sex with 10? Because here's the thing, too. This is why sometimes us dudes like living in delusion, right? Like,
exactly. He said it right there. A lot of niggas want to live in an illusion. You understand? The dude's just delusional. Like, I put up a post on my Facebook. I shared this post where the person said in the post, dudes is worried about women's body counts, but why don't they just not fuck women? Why don't they just like withhold the penis? Because if dudes is collectively worried about body counts, wouldn't y'all just stop fucking all these women so we could keep the body counts low? You see what I'm saying? But dudes would never do that. But see, dudes are delusional because they make no logical sense. Because if they all want to fuck a bunch of women, right? But then at the same time, they want all these women to have low body counts, that's a contradiction. How are we all trying to fuck and niggas is out here fucking, but at the same time, you want this magical woman to appear who has no sex experience or has never been touched? Terrible. Terrible shit. But let's continue.
Like, put it like this. A girl will tell us, yo, I only had sex with 8 people. And that strokes our ego and makes us feel good, even though really she's lying. And then she fucks you the same night. So do you really believe you're that special? She fucked you the same night, but she lived 30 years on earth and never had that opportunity 10 other times with other people. But we're men. We like hearing what we want to hear. So I think that's what Shannon's kind of saying to Brittany. Like,
see, I gotta listen. That's a good point. That's a good point. Because think about it again. You meet a chick. She says she only been with 8 people, but then all of a sudden she fuck you on the first night. Oh, my body's kind of low. I don't really do all that, but I'm gonna fuck you tonight. And if you have a woman who's 30 years old, right? Let's say she's been having sex since she was 18. And let's say she says she has 10 guys she fucked, right? Now, unless that woman was in like some sort of long-term relationship, but let's say she was single since she was like 18 to about 30. Like she fucked around and dated, but she never was really in any long-term situation, right? That would mean that she's fucked less than one guy a year. And y'all believe that shit? Y'all believe that shit? Y'all don't understand how much women love sex. So a woman's 30, she says, oh, I only have a body count of 10. And you say, oh, what was your longest relationship? A year. So she was with one guy for 1 year, and she'd been single for 11 more years. And she says she's only fucked 10. So that's about 9 other guys within the span of damn near 10 years, and niggas believe that shit. So you trying to tell me in, let's say, February, she fucks a guy, and then she don't fuck another guy till next January or February? Are y'all insane? Y'all can't be this stupid. You understand? But let's continue.
Why do you say the number? Like, why do you actually say 35? Like, there's like a rule of thumb for women, right? If you can keep the amount of, like, at least what you're going to tell people, not saying that's the actual number. Tell people it's below 10. It makes you feel like that's like wifey area. If you maybe have a past that they might know, just don't go beyond 20, right? Or don't go beyond 15, right? Anything over 20 is just whore territory, no matter what.
See, and this is where, and he's about to start getting into this, but this is the part where I try to get people to understand that this is beta male energy, rhetoric, and feelings about this topic. You understand? If you really think that women in general are fucking less than 20 niggas, and these are grown-ass women, you guys are delusional. Now, the only exception usually would be is if a woman that you meet has been in a long-term relationship with a guy for, let's say, 5 to maybe 10 years, and maybe her count will be low because that doesn't take into account her cheating and her fucking other guys before she met that guy. You understand? But the average woman's body count is more than 20. I'm telling y'all that right now. Listen, y'all don't understand the secrets that women keep. Okay, see, I'm not even supposed to be talking about this, but I'm going to talk about this. They have groups on Facebook that women get into, and they talk about their sexcapades. Right? Now, you can't get into these groups because it's only women that are in these groups. And I know the women who are in the group, so they show me some of the posts and all that other stuff. Right? And the shit you would read and hear about how these chicks get down, y'all would lose your fucking mind. Y'all would lose your fucking mind. But women have to pretend they're not like that so that the beta male can feel comfortable wifing her up. You understand? And leave your questions in the chat because I'm going to get to the questions afterwards. But I'm telling you, women are out there fucking and sucking dudes who are best friends. They're out there sleeping with dads and the uncles, and it's crazy. But they're not going to say that in public, because in public, and this is what DJ Academics are saying, he's basically saying, oh, well, don't really tell them the real thing. Tell them about this amount and that amount. Now, the reason why you got to tell guys this amount or that amount is because most guys aren't getting pussy. So to most guys, 35 or 40, that seems insane. Because if you're talking to a guy who's only fucked 3 women in his life, right? And you tell him, yeah, I fuck like 79 guys, he's going to be like, God damn. And remember, a lot of beta males already think women don't like sex like that. So if a woman has a lot of guys who she's fucking, the beta male believes that the woman is this insatiable, cock-hungry woman. You feel what I'm saying? So dudes just don't understand. So what these academics is saying and what he's about to say in a minute, it's going to show you the root of why niggas feel some way about the body count. But let's continue.
Right? So for her to say 35 is crazy.
If I sit to the edge of my seat,
You don't gotta ask for permission. This is
why would you feel the need to share that information with the public? Some things are left best unsaid.
That's what I hear. Probably the same reason that I wrote a book, because I felt like there are some things that maybe moving forward I would keep to myself, but
So I think she said she wrote a book, or at least she got something going on, but let's continue.
I just told you I had sex with 35 guys. It's an updated number for people who have been following the number for years now. So
It said you slept with 24 men, 11 athletes, 5 entertainers, 8 regular guys. Now you up to 35.
I keep a list on my phone. Why is that a lot? That was a whistle.
No, I'm just
a whistle.
No. I mean, you said athletes don't use condom.
But so 10 guys was that?
So you
9
you
guys
24.
in
No, 11. You
11 guys in 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, is there?
She said 11 guys in 5 years. Now, understand this. Most women who are fucking dudes, like just having casual sex, there's a lot of casual sex that is not long-lasting casual sex, meaning that they might fuck a guy maybe once or twice, and that's it. And then it's over. So what happens is that she moves on to another guy because she needs dick still. Right? So to think again, like a woman is fucking one guy a year, let's say she fucks that one guy and then he bounces, you think she's sitting there chilling, waiting a whole year to fuck a new dude? No. See, again, a lot of dudes, because she said 11 guys in 5 years, right? So that's about what? 2 guys a year, right? And so I think it, and to be honest, I think it's more, but she's just saying 35 to make it high enough, but to be believable, but not too high to where people would think it's crazy. You understand what I'm saying? Now, again, she could be telling the truth. I don't know. But what I'm saying is that I believe that it's probably more. You understand what I'm saying? But let's continue.
Is there a number you're trying to get half a hundred? I mean, what you going for?
How are you gonna ask me if I'm trying to get half 100 when I've been sitting here talking to you for almost 2 goddamn hours? You don't got no idea who I am.
So 36. So 36, and that's it. Or are you looking to go back? Would you be willing to go back and get one of those 30?
That's funny. He said 36 and that's it. Like he want to smash. He want to be the next nigga.
Make it 35.
Don't add a body. Hey, don't add a body.
Okay.
Unless you're trying to add a body.
So 30.
Hey, that's the thing. Next time I talk to Brittany privately, I'm gonna say this to her. Brittany's really good at buttering up a interviewer and also using her sexual seductiveness to, like, she always throws that in there, right? Like, go watch the interview I did with her. Go watch the interview she did with Kevin Samuels. Look how she's talking to Shannon Sharp. It's kind of like she's almost like, it's a little bit flirty, but I think that's a tactic to have softer ears and to have someone who's a little bit more understanding. Because, if you're fucking with somebody, you're going to be looking at things a little bit different as opposed to you don't give a fuck about them. You know what I mean? Somebody said, Unc added himself. That's why he was counting the extra bodies. Shit, maybe. Anyway, that's where I think there is a,
Okay, now I want y'all to pay attention to this part. This is the part where academics is going to be talking about the beta male plight. Now, he's not going to say beta male, but I'm telling you, this is the beta male plight. This is why a lot of beta males are up in arms about body count, why it's an issue. It's not about pair bonding. It's not about, what else these niggas be talking about. It's not about, what else? Like, the chick going crazy because she had too many days. It's not about none of that, right? He's going to talk about what it's about, and I'm going to break it down again so guys can really understand what this is about. But let's continue.
I think Brittany got to make that decision. Brittany, we love your honesty. And I believe your honesty, like shit, me and you have talked about it. Your honesty is going to be respected by many women, and I think that could bring you far. But honestly, that honesty and that reality and that path that you've taken is definitely driving you away from the particular guy you want. Like sometimes these women really don't understand. Like you go.
Hold on, I got to catch him right there. He said that behavior and all that shit is driving you from the particular guy that you want. Listen, women don't want beta males. They settle for beta males. You understand? I'm saying it again. Women don't want beta males. They settle for beta males. So the guy she wants is not a beta male. She'll settle for a beta male. And the reality of it is that the beta male will have her. Don't let these motherfuckers on the internet fool you. Any of these niggas, if Brittany Renner was hollering at them and told them, hey, listen, I really like you and I really want to be with you and, and all this and blah, blah, blah. These niggas will wife her up in a heartbeat. You understand? They wife her up in a heartbeat. And then listen, ain't nothing wrong with wifing up Brittany Renner. You feel what I'm saying? But beta males, they have an issue, and he's gonna talk about it in a second. But let's go.
On a show and you said you fuck 40 dudes, bro. You know how embarrassing that is for the guy who would want to take you serious.
See, he said it. He said, "Do you know how embarrassing it would be for the guy who wants to take you serious?" See, beta males are embarrassed by what women are doing because they care about what everyone thinks. You understand? Because see, what happens is that the beta male doesn't like, and I'm getting ahead of myself because I want DJ to say it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna let him say it and I'm gonna go into it, but let's go.
Why the hell, like I was listening to Destiny today on like No Jumper, and he was talking to Flacco, and Flacco, love you, brother, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like after the 300th stutter, I was like, oh my God, I had to chill. But Destiny was saying certain shit, which I just thought, like, yo, Destiny, me and you, we got to debate because you were saying a lot of bullshit, which I had a lot of retort for, brother. For example, Destiny was like, oh, what he said. He was like, who cares if the girl slept with a lot of dudes? Isn't it about love? And it was just like, yo, listen, here's the thing, man.
See, and here we go into it. You're about to go into it. Now, what he's about to say is the reason why beta males have an issue with the body count. But let's go.
It's a lot of the shit, even with Brittany Renner, it's a value exchange. Put it like this, like I don't want to pay full price for something that other people got for free.
And there we go. And there we go. Shout out to my dude, K. Sagan. Said most men's insecurity revolve around sex directly or indirectly. That's a fact. There we go. He said, I don't want to pay full price for what other motherfuckers got for free. Now, I'm going to let him continue, but I'm going to break it down because a lot of people still don't really get it, but let's continue.
That's just what it is. And that's how most men look at relationships and look at, exchange even in time with women, right? Like, for example, I don't want to spend a year investing time into you to ultimately, not saying it was the only reason, but to ultimately like have sex with you or whatever the case is, when other dudes fucked you the first night.
There we go. He's letting the cat out the bag. He's like, I don't want to have to wait a year to fuck you while the other sexually attractive alpha male got to fuck you quickly. That's why niggas feel some way about the body count. He's like, I don't want to have to pay for, meaning I don't want to have to invest, meaning I don't want to have to do more than the other nigga did. But the reason why he has to do more than the other nigga did is because he's beta. And the women doesn't want the beta male. The beta male is never first place. You see what I'm saying? That's why niggas feel some type of way about a woman having a high body count. It's a constant reminder to the beta that he's not that guy. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is. Every time when a beta male hears about a woman with a high body count, you know what he says? This fucking whore is fucking all these other niggas, fucking all these other bad boys and all these other guys. But how come nobody's fucking me? How come I gotta go and take her out on 3 dates? How come I gotta get to know her? How come I gotta do all of this other shit? Beta male shit. This is what I've been trying to tell y'all. The whole situation with the body count shit is really niggas feeling like they're being left out. That's all it is. You feel what I'm saying? That's all it is. Because see, a motherfucker who is getting sex, right? He's not investing all this time, energy, and effort to fuck. No, he's like, listen, we gonna fuck or we not gonna fuck. We fucking cool. We not fucking cool. I'm out. But the beta male, what he's gonna do is he's gonna wine and dine her. He's gonna, fucking talk to her on the phone. He's going to, invest a lot more time and energy. And then he might get some pussy. So basically what he's saying is, I don't want to have to do all that when you gave it up to other niggas for less. See, if he was getting it the same way the other niggas was getting it, then he wouldn't complain. And see, the beta male cope is, I hear guys say, well, I'll fuck a girl with a high body count, but I'm not wifing her up. Nigga, you can't even fuck her. You feel what I'm saying? But let's continue.
No talking. It makes me feel like you're just not the guy. And we are in always constant competition to try to be better than each other. It's the reason why,
see, he just said it. He just said it, that it makes them think they're not the guy. I'm going to rewind it real quick. So I don't want y'all to miss it. Hold on. Because this is all this about. But let's continue.
Women, right? Like, for example, I don't want to spend a year investing time into you to ultimately, not saying it was the only reason, but to ultimately like have sex with you or whatever the case is, when other dudes fucked you the first night. No talking. It makes me feel like you're just not the guy. And we are in always constant competition to try to be better than each other. It's the reason why, we compete, whether it's with accolades, whether it's physically, we're always in competition. So when I hear a woman who basically thinks that like we don't give a fuck about their body count, the body count isn't indicative of what type of person you are. I'm gonna lie to you. I'll be very honest and say some of the women with the highest body count, some of the most sweetest women I've ever met. Amazing women, they don't give no headaches. They already get it what it is. They know what's up. But here's the thing. For most people, it's like, yo, listen, what relationships have turned into, and women have kind of helped put this narrative forward. Women have turned relationships into value exchanges.
And see, I gotta hit him with the fact that he said women turn relationships into. No, we can't even know. We can't do that. We can't listen. Women ain't turned shit to nothing. You understand what I'm saying? The fact that you even think or say out your mouth that women did this, you're basically saying women are leading the situation. Women are creating the circumstances for you niggas. Right? But again, they do for the males. They do for the beta males. But for real niggas, they not creating shit. But let's continue.
They only want a man that they could have value extracted from. So now as a man, you have to make sure that if you're getting a relationship, you're going to be invested in the best stock, or you're.
See, basically what he's saying is this. He's saying, and see, it's not that women changed anything. It's always been the same thing. What he's saying is women have created relationships as a value exchange, which is to say, he's saying that women are saying, well, you got to give me the bag and I'll give you the pussy or you'll get access to me. Right? Now, he's not wrong by saying that. But what he's really saying is us beta males have to give her the bag and then she'll give us the pussy. Because the value of a beta male is the bag. And because he's beta, he thinks her value is the pussy. You see what I'm saying? Well, let's continue.
Getting your value exchange, and it's just not a right deal if you're getting with somebody who legitimately has given the same thing that you would be getting for a lesser price.
You see? So he basically said, the thing that I value, which is the pussy, you were giving it up to all these other guys for nothing. And I, beta male over here, right? I don't want to have to give what I value or the thing that I think is valuable as far as I'm concerned by taking you on. Because, I feel like, why do I have to pay more? Why do I have to do more? Why do I have to put more effort in when you just gave it to these niggas and they didn't even have to hardly do nothing? These niggas just showed up. You understand? He said males turn interactions with women into monetary value exchanges. That's why guys lead with their wallet. That's why the passport bro movement exists. That's exactly. See, this is all that's being said here is, see, what he's saying is nothing new. He's saying the women are like, well, listen, you got to invest in me and give me money. And then academics is saying, the beta males is saying, well, why do I need to do all that when the other guy didn't need to do it? So now if you have a high body count, you are the reminder that I'm not the guy. That's all this is. This is all this is about. That's all this is about. It's not about fucking pair bonding and women, retaining the DNA of other niggas and all that other dumb shit. No, this is about niggas who get pussy and niggas who don't get pussy. And then the niggas who don't get pussy feeling like they have to do more than the niggas who do get pussy. That's it. That's why niggas feel some type of way. Because check this out. Most guys, when they see someone like Brittany Renner, they say to themselves, man, Brittany Renner's so hot. I would love to smash Brittany Renner. Right? But in their mind, they're thinking, I will never be able to get a girl like Brittany Renner. And if I had the chance to get a girl like Brittany Renner, I got to put up some bread. Right? So you got to understand that that's the type of crazy shit that goes down. You said, why get with a high body count woman when statistically it will be a dead end relationship? How many women do you have to have sex with to feel good about yourself? Okay. There's so much wrong with this situation, with this question or what you're talking about. You said, why get with a high body count woman when statistically it's a dead end relationship? Okay, first of all, what is a high body count? Is it 20? Is it 30? Is it 46? Is it 79? What is a high body count? Then you said statistically it will be a dead end relationship. What statistics have they done on body counts? I'll wait. What statistics have they done on body counts? And please do not send me that fucking stupid ass familystudies.org or whatever the fuck whack ass website that is, where they talking about, oh, well, the more sex a woman had, the higher her chances of divorce and all that other fuck shit. No. What studies? So you trying to tell me when women got married or got into a long-term relationship, they fucking did a survey? Is that what happened? Listen, I don't remember my girl ever doing a survey before me and her got into a relationship. So what studies? I never remembered when I got married that when we signed the marriage certificate or whatever it was, I don't remember my wife putting down her number of body counts before we got married to do this study. Where'd they get the information from? Right? How did they get the accurate number of bodies? Right? Where's the cameras following all these women around so that we know exactly when they're fucking, so we can do an accurate study on the number of bodies the women had? Where's this survey at, guys? Where's this study that all these niggas is talking about? I don't get it. I do not get it. But hold on, I think this is monogamous. What's going on?
Yes, sir. What's up, Mr. Lucario? I donated.
Appreciate it. That's what's up. So what's going on, man?
Yes, sir, Mr. Lucario. I actually just tuned in like 3 minutes ago. I'm pretty late to the show, but I see the message that you're trying to send, and I just want to say this, Mr. Lucario. See, it all goes back to these beta males, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to diss nobody or nothing. I just want guys to understand, right? Because I actually was having a conversation with one of my colleagues, and him and I be talking about girls and shit like that. And he was basically saying that he was kind of getting sent through the ringer because one girl that he was trying to talk to at work, he, you know what I'm saying, she's trying to play those games with him, basically, right?
Right.
And he was saying that like, oh, why girls got to be like that? These hoes and the next nigga, and all that type of shit, right?
Right.
But then I broke it down to him. I was like, but at the end of the day, bro, like, it still got to come back on the nigga. Because I'm going to be honest, Mr. Lucario, guys wouldn't be complaining about taking girls on expensive dates if guys wasn't taking girls on expensive dates.
Right.
That didn't deserve it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So like you complaining about this chick, but at the same time, you were putting her on a pedestal because you're still willing to do any and everything to try to get the pussy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, like, that's really on you. Mr. Lucario, I'm going to be honest, and of course, I'm in a relationship now, but even before I was in a relationship, I got to the point, I'm going to be honest, Mr. Lucario, when I was younger, I had a handful of girls that, like, I really, really liked, but it was really, like, for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe it was hella bad. Because I went through that. We all went through that phase before, right? But a couple of them I actually started to mess with, right? And when you mess with these baddies, quote unquote, you realize that they not really that bad.
Right.
Or when you start to talk to them more and more, they ain't got to even do nothing wrong. You just get used to them. So they're not even that bad to you. So I got to the point, and then all the shit that comes with that, right? But then I get a 7 or an 8, and then I get treated well. And I'm not saying that all baddies treat niggas bad and shit like. It's not like that, right? Because I did have some baddies that treat me very well, right?
Right.
But for me, Mr. Lucario, it's other things that turn me on. It is more so cooperation and the energy and just those type of things, those type of attributes that a woman should have, right? Because there's a lot of women out here that are pretty, but that are fucked up. Like, I'm gonna be honest, Mr. Lucario, I got to the point to where these niggas be like, oh, this bitch bad, da da da. I don't see it. When I look at Brittany Renner, I don't see it.
I don't see it either. I mean, I'm just like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm like, to me, she's like, to me, she's like, I would smash. But on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give her like a 6.5, 7. You feel what I'm saying? That's just me, but she's not really my type. But go ahead.
Right. And me personally, I would smash, but after we smash, she's leaving my house.
Right.
Like, it would be that simple. It wouldn't be none of this other stuff. And also, Mr. Lucario, guys got to realize this. I'm 32 years old. Brittany Renner's probably in her 30s too.
Right.
All these chicks that's our ages in their 30s and 40s. Let's get away from thinking that a bitch is a virgin.
Right.
Like, come on, bro. And also, Mr. Lucario, if the bitch is bad to you, don't you think that she been fucking because she's quote unquote bad?
Exactly. Right. Right.
If this bitch is bad to me, I'm quite sure she's bad to a whole bunch of other niggas. And I'm quite sure a whole bunch of other niggas just like me tried to holler. You see what I'm saying? So all I'm trying to say is, Mr. Lucario, it wouldn't be a thing, or beta males wouldn't be complaining if they wasn't the ones putting themselves in these situations trying to get the pussy.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with Mr. Lucario, I got to the point to where if I can't do the bare minimum to get what I want out of a female, I'm not trying to fuck with her.
Exactly.
Because of course there's females that be like, oh, I need you to do this, and we can't do that, but we can hang out. And that's what my colleague said. My colleague said that the girl didn't want to smash, but the girl said, but if you want to go out for Sunday fun day, you can always take me out for Sunday fun day.
Right.
And I told him, I'm like, nigga, you better not take her ass out.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do, you can't be the nigga that's complaining about not getting pussy because she gave you the truth. And
Right.
you still let that shit go. Last thing I want to say, Mr. Cario, a lot of times women be giving niggas the truth and they be going over these niggas' heads because they don't really want to listen.
That's a
You know what I'm
fact.
saying? But what's your take on that, Mr. Cario?
Now that's some real shit. I like that you said if she's bad or you think she's bad, then other niggas start think she's bad. So what makes you think that she ain't taking some of this dick? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like
Right.
it's ridiculous,
Right.
man. It's like
And you know the last thing I want to say, Mr. Cario, I hope every beta male goes through this because if they go through this, they're gonna no longer be beta anymore, right?
Mhm.
I hope every beta male get a chance to smash the baddest bitch that they feel like they can ever find, and the sex be whack.
right. Right. Exactly.
And I bet that'll balance everything out. That's all I want to say, Mr. Cario. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, my brother. I'ma holler at you, man. All right, so 210 what's popping? Who this?
Yo, Zach, fam.
K Zagging in the building.
I'm making sure that the cash up goes through. Give me a second.
What's up? What's up? Now you good? Go ahead. You go ahead.
All right, I'm making sure to go through. Okay, all right. It'll come through in a minute. All right. Let me just speak on that comment you got up.
Mm-hmm.
Green Oak says researchers also found that women in their 20s, those with 6 or more non-marital sex partners, had much lower marriage rates. You know what I would like niggas to do? Nigga, put the link in the joint.
Right, exactly.
Because what you're gonna find is and I researched it because every time I debunk that pair bonding shit, I always research it on my own.
Right.
What you're gonna find, Green Oak, and for all you niggas who are all about the stats, is that they might have a what do you call it? A poll where they ask women age 20, how many of you are single?
Right.
Then they ask the number. So how many sex partners have you had? Number one, women are lying about how many sex partners they had.
Exactly.
So whatever study they do about that is already a moot point because they're lying about it.
Exactly.
Right? So Green Oak, if you're listening, imagine they did a study with 300 women, and let's say 250 with 6 or more partners are most of them are single, right? It's called confirmation bias, right? Where you hear something that fits your narrative and you believe it because it sounds good.
Exactly.
So what they don't take into account is that those women with 6 or more bodies, they've never been proposed to. That's why they're not married.
Right.
It's not because they've never been proposed to. So let me throw that out the way. Let me just say this real quick. For all you dudes that are worried about a woman's body count, there's 2 things going on. Okay, and you alluded to it earlier, El. The dudes that ain't fucking, me and the dude went back and forth under the post you did on Facebook.
Right.
And he admitted that, yeah, most guys who feel that way are guys who ain't fucking.
Right.
So those guys are just mad. Okay, that's one. 2, now the guys who are fucking, right? Like let's use myself and you as an example. Okay, we've been a side dude numerous amounts of times, right? So you see how dastardly these chicks are when it comes to how they cheat, and how effortlessly it is, and they on the phone talking about "I love you, baby, I can't wait to see you," but they got your dick in one hand and they phone in another.
Exactly.
Right. So from our perspective, we understand, these chicks is out here wilding, right? So guys who get it in, now we don't give a fuck about a woman's body count, but another guy who's had a lot of sex and he saw how easy it was, he got PTSD.
Right.
And he's like, damn, this is why niggas say don't date chicks who go out to nightclubs and bars and go on girl trips.
Right.
Because he been fucking, so he know how easy it is to get pussy. So the fact that he gets pussy so easy has actually made him insecure.
Right.
With women. So, and that's all it is guys who are sexually frustrated, who are mad because they can't get pussy easily unless they pay for it or wine and dine. Then you got niggas who are promiscuous niggas and they're judging women because they're insecure about the fact that they can get sex so easily. So damn, if I get with a chick and she acts like the chick when I'm fucking, that means she's one of those chicks too, which is actually a fallacy. It's not necessarily true.
Real shit. Real shit. Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you calling in, King Zach, and that's a fact, man. I'm gonna holler at you, man. Peace. And Greeno, call in, bro. Call in, because you're talking a lot of shit in chat. You feel what I'm saying? So he said no one thinks Christian Combs is struggling to get women, but even he said he wouldn't date a woman with a high body count. Is he a beta male? Yes, he is. Any dude that's worried about women's body counts is on some beta male shit. Point blank, period. Listen, and it's ain't no wrong with being a beta male. Just understand that that's beta male shit, right? But let's continue with this video. It's about to end real quick. I think there's a few more things he was saying in here.
If you've been selling this shit down the road for little and nothing, why am I paying full price? That's the majority of the reason. Like, like sometimes you hear some of these red pill dudes, they'll talk about like paternity and shit like that. Yeah, of course, we got like paternity tests. But these days, nobody wants to be the fool. I don't want to be a fool. Like, put it like this, even in a job atmosphere, if me and you work the same job, right? And this is why usually jobs try not to have people discuss their paychecks. If me and you work the same job, I don't want to be the person who, is everybody's getting paid $100 an hour and I'm the fool getting paid $40 an hour.
See, again, remember, take what he's saying and apply it to sex and casual sex. Apply it. What he's saying is these other guys, they just holler at the chicks and the chicks fuck in the first day or the first week. But the other guys, the beta males, they got to take the woman on 3 dates. They got to fucking, wine and dine and go through the whole fucking thing. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what happens. And then niggas feel some type of way about that shit.
Because I was okay with 40 an hour. The moment I find out that everybody's getting paid that's doing my similar job 100 per hour, I'm going to be upset. I'm going to go to my boss and I'm going to say, hey, listen, I want to renegotiate. I want 100 per hour too.
See, and think about this logically, right? I just want you to think about this logically for a second. Check this out. If I'm getting sex and I have an easy time getting sex from women, that would mean that I'm fucking a lot of women, which means that I'm adding a count to the women I'm fucking. Now, on the flip side, the guy who's not fucking, right? He's not adding any counts or minimal counts because he's not really fucking like that. So now what happens is basically what he's saying is, I want the women to stop fucking those guys and fuck me. Do you understand? That's basically what he's saying. Because if you're think about this. If you're benefiting off of women fucking, why would you want them to not fuck? And then the only way for them to have a low count is for them to not fuck. So essentially, when you say that you want a woman with a low body count, you're saying you want a woman who's not fucking. But if you want a woman who's not fucking, that means you're not going to have sex. And who's the guys who are not having sex? The betas. You see what I'm saying? You see how it's connected? Because why would I shame what I want? Why would I shame what I'm getting? That doesn't make any sense. If I'm getting women throwing pussy at me, why would I tell the women, I want you to have a low count, stop fucking? No, ladies, don't fuck me. I want you guys, I want y'all to have a low count. I know y'all want to fuck me, but no, let's have a low. No. See, the guys who aren't getting sex, they're saying, hey, there's something wrong with you. You shouldn't be fucking all these guys. And if you do, I'm going to take my resources and go elsewhere. And check this out. There's more betas than alphas. So what happens is you have a large number of beta males saying the same thing. So then the women say, fuck, I'm sucking the alpha male's dick. And And what happens is that the alpha male doesn't want to stay with me. My damn mic is farting and shit again. So she's like, the alpha doesn't want to stay with me. So the only guys that I can get to stay with me is the betas. But how do I get the betas to stay with me? I have to pretend I'm not fucking the alphas. You see how that works? I have to act like my count is low so the betas don't know how many alphas I fucked. You understand? You said, I'd like to see whether Mr. Locario would call Shannon Sharp a beta male to his face. I would. I'm not scared of Shannon Sharp. Fuck you think this is? Shannon Sharp, please invite me to your show. I will tell you that you're on some beta male shit. Because what didn't Shannon Sharp talk about? He paid some nigga for some nigga's divorce so he could get the woman or some shit. Ridiculous. But let's continue.
I want to be competitive with the field. And the honest truth is that when you have a woman who is just sexually promiscuous, usually that promiscuity, even if they don't mean it to be, it's usually giving other dudes easy access to sex with said individual for less of a work.
Exactly. See, listen, he's breaking it the fuck down, and this is what I've been fucking saying. You're making it easy for them and not easy for me. That's what the beta males are saying. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to hold hostage commitment and say, well, I'm not going to commit to you if you out here fucking all these guys. Because I'm mad that you ain't fuck me. But now you want to come over to me and get my resources, right? That's what they're mad about. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they're mad about. Greeno, call in. Let's get to it. He ain't gonna call in though. He's not gonna call in. But let's go to 372. 372. What's popping? Who this? Okay, he just hung up. Call back 372. Let's continue. It's almost done.
So the value exchange is fucked up. And I think that's what the majority of men actually care about. Well, I would care about. Anyway. We're done with this. Salute to Brittany. Me and Brittany will talk in a bit.
All right, so that's pretty much that. Let me remove this shit. Get this out of there. Well, let me go back to my main joints, main layouts. Hold on. Let me get that shit going. There we go. Let me take this off. Stop screen. All right, cool. All right, so guys, you can call in. The call-in number is 646-481-3901. 646-481-3901. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat, and we'll get to your question. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm telling, listen, man, niggas is just mad that other guys are having sex while they have to do more to get sex. It's unfortunate. I get it. It's unfortunate. Let me see what some of the questions are saying. It says, other than potential diseases, I don't understand why body count can matter. The more people anyone messes with, the higher the risk. But so what? I mean, well, the thing is this, it's not that, see, a woman fucking a bunch of dudes doesn't necessarily mean that she's going to have diseases. You could have a chick who fucked one other guy and she got something versus a chick who fucked 30 guys and she got nothing. You know what I'm saying? So what's your definition of a high count? If I had to choose a number, let's say, hold on, let me see. Let's say you have a woman who's 35 years old, right? And she's been getting fucked since she was 18. Well, let me take this call real quick, and I'll get back to the math of what I think. Let's go to 832, what's popping?
Chilling, man. This is Jimmy. I donated something to Miles.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. So what's going on with you?
Chilling, man. Man, I was checking out something about this game, looks and status. And they talking about how women already got value. What stands out to me and was kind of like a little humorous is like, if a woman doesn't need no game, then that means that she's gonna fuck up in the game of life because she want to know how to manage and keep a man. Just because you got a fat ass and look pretty, don't mean that you know how to attract and keep a woman. So I look at it like, well, damn, if guys are going out just getting their, brushing their hair, just focusing on brushing their hair, focus on, getting money, focus on spending their whole check on these nice clothes and renting these cars. And then when it comes to a woman, can't keep a woman, I look at it like, well, if he ain't got no game to getting women and managing women, then the women who don't got game to keep a woman or keep a man, they're both similar. They're the same. He don't really know what he's doing. She don't know what she's doing.
Right.
So I look at it like it's kind of the same. That's how I look at it. I'm gonna get your thoughts on that, man.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you have men who don't got game and you have women who don't have game. So, men who don't have game, they don't know how to acquire women, but also in certain cases, they don't know how to keep women interested. Women who don't have game don't know how to keep men interested, right? Because it doesn't really take anything for a woman to attract a man sexually, but what can she do to keep him interested, to keep coming back, not only for sex, but for, for other things too. You heard what I'm saying? So that's really what it's about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It was just interesting, man. How it's just funny, man. The more I hear it, it's like, man, like we really, and I'm not laughing at nobody. I just find it very interesting that people downplay having game. And you know what, Lucario? I think people think game is all about having these pickup lines and hey, say, baby, even though my mind running like the sky. I think guys think game is like that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now it could be wordplay. But I just feel like, it's, to me, it's like a situation where a guy believes in himself and feel like, you know what, I'm not good at tennis, but I know if I try at it and work at it, I'll be good. I know I'm not good at driving a 18-wheeler, but if I get enough balls and courage to go down and take the test and practice, I'll get good at it. It's just somebody that's going to defy odds and somebody that's willing to step up and stand up and try to do something with themselves and then learning how to get better at stuff like that.
Right.
But I just feel like people think game is all about having these pickup lines and, just waiting 5 hours to take the girl back and coming to a date 10 minutes late. And, it's just interesting, man. I just feel like everybody thinks it's all about these gimmicks, and what it really is just about being yourself and just loving yourself and knowing what you want, like y'all always say. But for the most part, just know what you want to do, have a plan on how you want to get it done, and just be straight up. Like, hey, I want to go out on a date. Hey, I want to have sex. Hey, I want you to come over and let's watch Titanic on Thursday. Just know what the fuck you want to do. Invite people and find people who want to do it. The people that don't want to do it, just get out of here, man. But anyway, keep doing your thing. I'm gonna check out the rest of the show, and y'all keep going, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, my brother. All right, we got 372 back on the line. What's popping? Who this?
Yeah, you know the voice, Cario. What's up?
Oh shit, it's Nez. Nez, did you donate though?
I did. I donated on the PayPal.
All right, hold on. Let me double check and see what's popping with the PayPal and shit. All right. All right. So what's going on with you, man?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah. So about a few weeks ago, I went to this meetup in a pub in London, central London somewhere, and there was this bird, there was this chick there, this bird who I spoke to, who was kind of showing me some interest at the time, and then at the end she asked my number, we exchanged numbers, and we said hi to each other on WhatsApp, and a few days ago I decided to message her and be like, yo, what's up and stuff. We exchanged a couple of messages back and forth. I was like, what part of London do you live in? And she was like, Southeast. Why? And I was like, when you come to central London next time, let's grab a drink. And then she said, are you asking me out on a date? And then rather than say yes, because I didn't want to be forward and too forward and whatnot, I said, I repeated the drink in my next message. And then she said, I don't really go for drinks with guys, but I'm sure we'll see each other soon, perhaps at another meetup. And that was it. So my question is, I should have just said yes and been upfront and said yes.
No, it doesn't matter. She's not feeling you, bro. She's not feeling you. That's what you got to listen. Let's see. There's a few things that I'm hearing in your situation, right? So you said let's go out for drinks. She's like, oh, are you asking me on a date, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, she knows it's a fucking date. She's just being ridiculous because she wants more attention from you, right? So which means that when a woman is trying to have more attention with you or get more attention from you by going back and forth, that means that she's resisting your leadership. She's resisting going with that flow that's going to get her to the date or get her to see you. Because she's like, are you asking? She knows what the fuck it is, right? So she's already resisting. Then you say, like, let's go get drinks, whatever. And then she's like, well, I don't do drink. Anytime when a woman is resisting or trying to say other things about what's happening, all that needs to happen is you say, hey, let's do this. She says, yes. Let's go here. Cool. Sounds good. Let's meet up Friday for a drink. Okay, cool. Sounds good. I'll see. Anything besides that is bullshit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anything besides that is disinterest.
Yeah, no, I sensed she was playing games. So I just said, I'll just fuck you then and blocked her off after.
This nigga. Oh, man. Hilarious, bro. But yeah, if a chick is on some, on that type of shit, just understand that she's basically not feeling you, my brother. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because when I was actually speaking to her at the meetup in the pub, she was actually, dropping signs of interest. Well, it seemed like she was, but I don't know. She had a couple of drinks in her, so maybe it was that talking.
Well, listen again. As long if a chick is not being 100% cooperative, she's not really feeling you. That's it. It's really simple, man. I'm telling you. And the thing is, there's always signs of that shit happening. Also, another sign too sometimes is like there's so many. Listen, it's basically this. If you tell a woman something, if you give her instruction or you tell her, hey, let's do this, and her response isn't directly correlated to what you're saying to do, it's all bullshit. So anything about, oh, are you asking me on a date? Oh, well, I don't drink with God. It's like, shut the fuck up. We're done. You feel what I'm saying? All of that, even for example, a woman might, for example, say to you, let's say you hit her up and on a dating app or some shit, and she'll say some shit like, hey, we should go out for brunch or some shit, right? She's suggesting things. When a woman is suggesting things off rip, she's not really feeling you because she's suggesting things because she hopes that you'll take what she suggested and do what she wants. So she's looking to use you. See, it's little things like this that you got to be able to be aware of so you don't waste your time. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, so you just charge it to the game or just call that a day. She's a time waster basically.
Yeah. I shouldn't have. After she said that, I shouldn't have been like a date then or anything, should I?
No, it doesn't matter. This is what I'm trying to say. The fact that when you said, "Hey, let's get drinks," all she had to say was yes or no. That's it, right? And all you're looking for is for her to say yes. All this, are you asking me on a date? Like this, that's just a bunch of nonsense. Yes, you're not an idiot. I'm asking you on a date. You see what I'm saying? Like, so any of that type of energy is medium to low interest. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I get it. All right, mate. Yeah, cheers.
All right, bro. Appreciate the call, my brother.
Okay.
All right, I think Monogamous, you call back?
Yes, sir. Real quick, Mr. Lucario, and I just want you to expound on this a little bit more, but I'm realizing, and a shout out to Nez because he actually brought up what I want to say.
Right.
But I just realized that a lot of beta males, the reason why they're having trouble is they don't understand the difference from a woman really wanting to be a part of what you doing versus a woman being resistant.
Right.
See, there's really no difference. And I know DJ Academics, he's trying to make it seem like it's different. Like, oh, it's me, and then it's the niggas that's fucking the females, right?
Right.
Bro, every nigga gets sent through the ringer.
Right.
The dudes that's fucking the female are just the dudes that know the difference from a woman being resistant versus a woman that's being cooperative.
Exactly.
And they're not spending no time with a woman that's being resistant, and they giving the woman that's being cooperative the time that she needs to be vetted. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's just understanding that, like, you know what I'm saying? And then another thing, Mr. Cario, last thing I want to say is you and Miles brought up a good point. Y'all said that it's a lot of beta males getting a lot of pussy. Just because you're a beta male does not mean that you're not getting pussy.
Right.
But guess what you also getting on top of that pussy? You're getting sent through the ringer a lot. Probably spending a lot of money. And because that's the way that you're getting pussy, you start to believe that that's the only way.
Right.
But if you're a nigga that's not doing all that and you getting the pussy and you coming across women that being cooperative and they're not trying to send you through the ringer and saying that you got to jump through hoops just to kiss her and shit like that,
right?
Then you know that when a woman come with that energy, you know that that's not the woman for you. You see what I'm saying? Or that's not the. But can you expound on why guys don't understand the difference from cooperations versus resistance? Because to me, there's a clear difference.
Right. The thing is, you know, the problem is that guys believe or they think that is natural, or they think it's a normal thing, meaning that they talk to a girl and they think it's normal for her to give resistance. And the reason why too is because a lot of media has conditioned men to think this. So like you watch a movie and you'll see a guy try to get with a girl, and at first she'll give him a hard time, and then he'll try to holler at her again, and then he's trying to holler at her again, and then by near the end of the movie or by the middle of the end, she starts to warm up to him, and then all of a sudden they're like dating and they're together, and she realizes she likes him now and all this other shit. Right? It's a bunch of bullshit. So a lot of guys are conditioned to think this. They say, "Oh well, she doesn't know me, so she's gonna expect me to say this or get to know her or do all these other things." So when you're directly letting a chick know, "Hey, listen, this is what I want to do. Let's do this," they don't think you can do that because they expect resistance as something normal. And that's because they haven't had cooperation from women. If you have cooperation from women, you would realize the resistance isn't the thing you want to fuck with. Because it's like this. Listen, if I'm dealing with, like, let's say, for example, I have experience fucking with dozens upon dozens of women who I tell them, hey, like, let's say even just off a dating app, I tell a chick, hey, meet me for drinks. And I have experience with numbers of women saying, cool, yeah, I'll meet you. And then they meet me, right? So I already have experience with this. Right. So I know for a fact, in reality, that there are women who are going to come through without giving me resistance. So now when I see resistance, I realize, oh, she's not interested, because if she was, she wouldn't give me resistance. But if my reality is that 99% of the women I talk to give me resistance, then I'm going to think that that's normal, because I've never had cooperation. You see what I'm saying? And so this is why a lot of guys are frustrated when it comes to dealing with women, because they say, you know what? I'd rather just pay for it. I'd rather just pay for pussy, because what happens is that they're like, well, I don't feel like going through all the bullshit. What's all the bullshit? The resistance. You see what I'm saying? But guys who have game don't go through resistance because we don't fuck with women who resist. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy.
And also, Mr. Lucario, because I'm gonna be honest, if a girl is gonna send me through the ringer, I'm not even interested, because even what you said, when you have, I got you, son. Even what you said, when you have the experience of the opposite, you already know that that's different. You see what I'm saying? That's not what you're trying to do. And also, Mr. Lucario, I actually smashed females that thought that they was going to send me through the ringer, but when I let them know and when I broke it down to them that you're not going to do that, and because, you know, girls will say this, well, you know, if you want pussy, then you got to do all this for a woman. Right. And when I tell a woman that, no, I don't. I've had women that has a lot of value, that add a lot of value to my life, that I didn't have to do that to you. Right. So why do I have to do that with you? So then that actually opened them up to being like, all right, I can't send this nigga through the ringer. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So all I'm trying to say is all dudes have the potential of going through the ringer. It's just the dudes that are smashing or the dudes that's choosing not to go through that, and they're choosing to deal with the women that are cooperative. But that's all I want to say, Mr. Cario. Thank you for the opportunity again.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, my brother. All right, so guys, call up 646-481-3901 is the number. So let's say, what's my definition of a high body count? So if I had to pick a number, I would say a high count for a woman that, like, I say a high count for a woman is about, I'd say like 350, something like that, 350 dudes. You understand what I'm saying? I say that's a high count. I would say a low count is anything under 125. You understand? And I might be thinking I'm crazy, like 350. That's and 125 is lower. So like, yeah. So if a woman said she fucked 100 dudes, to me that's a low body count. You understand? Because think about it again. Let's do the math. I'm gonna take out my calculator and do the math. Let's say you have a girl who's 28 years old, right? She's 28 years old. And let's say she's been single since she was 18, right? Now, she's 28. That's 10 years. So there's 365 days in a year, right? Times 10 years. That's 3,650, let's say, okay, so you have 365 days in a year. 10 years is 3,650 days. Right? Now, let's imagine only one guy a day for 10 years tries to holler at this woman. So that's 3,650 guys that try to holler at this woman. And that's just one guy a day. Now, let's be more realistic and say, let's actually times that by 5, right? Let's say 5 guys a day try to get at this woman. So 3,650 times 5 equals 18,250 guys. So let's say within a 10-year span, 18,250 guys tried to get at her. Now, let's minus, let's see how we could do. Hold on. Let me see something. Times 0.020 equals. Right. So, so let's say, what's that? 20% of that, if my math is correct, it goes back to 3,650 dudes. Right. Because that's 20% of the 18,000. Right. So 3,650 guys. But we're timesing that by 5 times 5 equals 18,250 dudes that try to get at her. Now, all 18,000 aren't her type. So let's just say 20% of that is her type, right? So times 20%, right? That's 3,650 guys. Now, out of 3,650 guys who are her type, you trying to tell me a high count for a single woman of 10 years is, or I should say, you trying to tell me that it's high for 100 dudes? So a woman has 3,650 dudes who she's attracted to who want to fuck her. And she fucks 100 of those guys. That's a lot to you? That's a lot? So if I got $3,650 and somebody tells me to split it with you and I give you $100, that's a lot? You see what I'm saying? And remember, like I said, there are women who they hook up with guys one time. You understand what I'm saying? And not necessarily, and sometimes they hook up with them one time because the sex is whack, or they hook up with them one time because the guy just bounced. You understand what I'm saying? So, nigga, if you ask me, if 3,000 some motherfuckers, you understand what I'm saying, is trying to fuck, it's like, niggas is wild out here expecting a chick to only fuck 3 dudes. Y'all are crazy. Oh, is this K Zaggin again?
Yeah, I had to call back, fam.
Yes, sir. What's going on?
I want guys to think about something. If you have a woman who's single for like 3 years,
right,
it is perfectly reasonable for her to have a new sex partner once a month.
Thank you. Thank you. Exactly.
So that's 12 niggas. That's 12 niggas a year, right? So after about, 3 years, that's 36 niggas.
Exactly.
Women can easily fuck 30, 40 niggas in 3 years. It's very easy.
Exactly.
This is why, because you said earlier about 120. I think you said that was a low body count?
Right.
Okay. So this is what guys got to remember. If you got a woman who's in a long-term relationship, and you alluded to this earlier, like she's in a relationship for like 5-10 years.
Right.
Assuming that she is not a cheater, right? It's perfectly reasonable for her to have that one dick that time.
Right.
But if you got a woman who's in a relationship for like 3 years, then she's single for 2. Then she's in another relationship for like a year, then she's single for like 3.
Right.
So if you add up all them years that she's single and you say, if she has sex with a new dude every 30 days, that's reasonable. In fact, I would say that even if a woman had sex with a new dude every weekend, that's not, if she's single, what's the problem?
Exactly. But see, the problem with a lot of guys is they don't understand the reality of women being sexual. That's why because when dudes be like, if a chick got more than a 3 body count, that's crazy. And you sound crazy for thinking a grown ass woman had sex with 3 niggas and she 35. And she been single for 7 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is unrealistic. Guys think 35 is high. 35 for a woman that's in her 30s is really chump change. You know, It's like, okay, all right, that's reasonable. See, you know what it is, Errol? You know what it is? See, I think guys, when they were teenagers and a woman told them a body count, they were used to chicks saying like 3 or 4.
Right.
Okay, that's what they were using. But my thing is, when you're in high school and you got to sneak people in and out of your house and you got to sneak around, yeah, that's going to impact your ability to fuck when you want to fuck.
Right.
What a lot of guys don't understand, when chicks get to college, or if they join because the military is like college. If you're fucking with chicks that are in college or the military, nigga, they're going to fuck more niggas in a month than they did the whole time they was in high school.
Exactly.
In many cases.
Exactly.
But everybody's fucking. The numbers go up for everybody except for these beta males. They're the only niggas on the fence crying because and they mad because they ain't fucking. And my thing is, and you said this earlier, because they'll call chicks 304s and she's for the streets,
right?
And all this other shit. But you can't fuck her though.
Exactly.
And that's what pisses them off. Is let me just say this. This is why you got guys on the internet saying, "Why good guys?" The good guys were the niggas in college that chicks wasn't fucking.
Right.
So now mad that they done got their little money up, you know, they're successful, and now they're like, well, I don't want you now. Nigga, you been wanting those type of chicks that you complain about, you been wanting to fuck them. They just didn't want to fuck you, and you just bitter.
Exactly. That's all that shit is.
So I just want to hit dollar with that. Guys got to understand, if you're talking about a woman who's a very attractive, bro, you know what? Scratch that. She can be overweight and semi-attractive. She's still gonna have a high count too.
Exactly. That's a fact.
Those are the chicks that dudes are approaching. The quote unquote. In fact, if you put on a scale of 1 to 10, and I hate using a scale of 1 to 10.
Right.
But on a scale of 1 to 10, if you put a chick who's like say a 9,
women's body count
next to a chick like a 4 or a 5.
That we want to get into.
Wait, hold on. 832 and 636. Put yourself on mute. We'll get to you in a second. Go ahead, exactly.
Yeah. So if you put a chick who's a 9 next to a chick who's like a 5 or a 4, that chick who's a 5 or a 4 might have more body than a chick who's a 9.
Exactly. That's a fact.
Because she ain't getting approached like that. Now, I don't want guys to get it twisted. There are very beautiful women who are getting it in. Don't get it twisted. But the reason why guys approach the woman who's, you know, decent looking is because they think she's easier, which in actuality, in many cases, the same type of dudes that a chick who's a 9 are attracted to, the chick who's a 5 or a 4 is attracted to the same type of nigga.
Right. That's a fact.
But anyway, man, I had to get this shit off my chest, man.
Yes, sir, man. I'm gonna holler at you, man. Oh my goodness, crazy. So let's go to 636. What's poppin'? Who this?
Hey, what's up, Steve?
Steve.
Question. So whenever it comes
Hold
to
on. Steve, did you donate?
Yeah,
Where'd you donate at?
PayPal.
PayPal. Hold on, let me double check. Cause y'all motherfuckers be saying y'all donating shit. Hold on. I got you. Appreciate you, man. So what's going on?
Whenever it comes to body count, are you saying that it doesn't matter for women that we're trying to get into a serious relationship with, or we're just trying to hook up with?
No, it doesn't matter, period. Like so let me ask you this. What do you want to happen in a serious relationship?
Well, eventually, if I decide and choose, I would want it to end in marriage.
Okay, and what do you require that your wife do in a marriage?
Well, I'm just saying is the way I look at it is if a woman is able to sleep with 350 dudes, I would say that's a woman that's probably going to be very poor at making decisions.
How? Wait, hold on.
Easily.
Wait, hold on. But 18,000 guys wanted to fuck her.
Well, I think that math was wrong because out of that time, she has to sleep. She has to take a shower.
No. I said, listen. I said there's 3,650 guys in a 10-year span if only one guy tried to holler. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that if 5 guys a day hollered, it's going to be over 18,000 dudes in a 10-year span. So what I'm saying to you is, what is the bad decision she made? That's what I'm trying to get to. I don't understand that.
The fact that 350 men were able to easily persuade her into having sex.
But wait. But what makes you think that they persuaded her? What if she wanted the dick?
Okay, well then if that's the case, then she's going to be a chick that's going to constantly be wanting dick because why is she now all of a sudden going to stop?
No, but this is the thing. Let me ask you a question, right? Do you got a job? You work? Do you work?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, I'm at work right now.
Okay, so what time you get up for work?
I don't have a set time.
Okay.
They're able to keep us 14 hours a day.
Okay, but so this is the thing. Let's say a person has to get up for work at 7:00, right? Now, the reason why they're getting up for work at 7 is because they got to be there, let's say by 8:00, right? Now, let's say that person who gets up for work at 7 loses their job, right? And now they're unemployed. They just get unemployment. Does that person need to get up at 7 anymore?
No.
Why not?
I mean, but the way that I was looking at it was
no. I'm just saying. I'm just saying the person doesn't need to get up because they have no job. A woman who's single doesn't need to not fuck other guys because she's single. Does that make sense? Right. So if she's single, she could fuck 300 dudes, 1,000 dudes, 2 dudes. It don't matter because she's not with anybody. Now, when she's with someone, then if they're in a monogamous relationship, there are rules. So just like that person has to get up at 7 because the rule is he has to be at work at 8. The rule is she's only supposed to fuck you. So now she'll just fuck you. Right?
But with that, even though you don't have to be at work at 7 anymore, she's still going to be waking up at her exact same time for quite a while until the new schedule.
No, she don't. No, you won't. You don't have to do it. That's what I'm saying. You're doing it because of the context in which you're in the confines of the situation. So what I'm saying is that a lot of guys think if a woman fucked a bunch of dudes, then if I get with her, she's going to not want to fuck. She's going to keep wanting to fuck a bunch of dudes while she's with me. That's not true. What I'm saying is the reason why she's fucking a bunch of guys is because she likes to have sex and those guys are not around. Okay, so check this out. Let's say the girl likes to have sex once a week or at least once every 2 weeks, right? Now, let's say she's fucking with John. John has sex with her at the beginning of the month, right? Now, 2 weeks pass by and John don't want to call her back, right? What is she supposed to do? Get another dude, right? Because she wants to get dick. Does that make sense?
Or she could wait until John, she really likes John a lot. Now she's just going to wait until John's available again.
Wait. So what if John doesn't like her? What if John never calls her back?
I mean, okay, yeah, that's called dating. Now she's gonna
exactly.
move on.
That's what I'm saying. So imagine 10 different Johns a year. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. She's single, she's dating, she's fucking, right? So that's gonna rack up bodies.
So would you recommend if I told you I have two women that are similar in looks, personality, everything, they're similar, but I said one, she's been with 350 dudes, and another one's been with 30. Who would you recommend me to be with? Who do you think would be the better decision maker overall in the long term?
What? It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. Like what? Like how? This is what I'm saying. How is okay? Explain this to me. How is her deciding to fuck men while she's single bad decision making? That's the part I'm trying to understand.
If 350 guys can talk, can game her, well, who's to say a guy can't get her to talk?
Wait, caller, hold on. Why do you keep? You see, you notice how you're saying it. You're saying like she didn't want to fuck, and these guys somehow tricked her or did something special to get in her pants. What if she just wanted the dick? Have you ever never thought about that? What if she just wanted all 300 of them dicks? You think a woman can't want all those dicks?
No, but I think there's a lot of guys that go out and do game and they pick up women and sleep with them by using game.
Okay, and why do you think the women sleep with those guys?
Because they're talking game and sleeping with her.
No. She's sleeping with them because she chooses to sleep with them because she wants to fuck them.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like you make it sound like this girl was just minding her business and some dude approached her and she was like, you know what? I don't want to fuck this guy. And then the guy was like, come on, baby, I'm gonna spit this game at you. And then she was like, oh my God, I'm so helpless against his game powers. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my God, my legs are opening. Oh my God, I have to fuck this guy. I don't know what's going on. His powers of game is taking over. No, she wants to fuck him. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So another way to look at it is if there's thousands of women that you could date, why not just pick a woman that decides not to sleep with 350 men?
Okay, so
why not pick a woman that only picked 30 men?
But it's what I'm saying. What's the difference? That's what I'm trying to say. What difference does it make?
Because I would think there would be a very high probability that the woman that took the less dudes is going to be less of a risk.
A risk of what? What's the risk?
Of lying, getting the runaround, cheating.
Wait. But this is what I'm saying. Okay, if a woman is single and she's enjoying her sex life as a single woman, how is that correlated to cheating?
Well, if you're saying if the other girl wants to be with 350 dudes, man, she's sleeping with someone every 30 days.
Okay, but
we're okay. New dudes knocking on the door.
Okay, so now this is what I'm saying. This because I'm trying to learn. How does that equate to cheating?
Because I would say the probability of her continuing to want to experience if you're sleeping with 350 dudes, you've got more than one type. And you're going to get bored very quickly with the same dude. This is a woman that needs variety.
So you're trying to tell me that a single woman who's having sex, right? Because she's single and she likes to have sex, when she's in a long-term monogamous relationship, it's going to be hard for her to not fuck any other guys.
I'm saying if a woman has been with 100 guys, I guarantee you they were not all one race. They were probably black, white, Hispanic. They're probably going to have a very wide variety of different guys that they're attracted to. So why would the girl who's attracted to so many different types of people want to continue to stay with the same guy? He's not going to be able to provide her with that.
Caller, because if you're in a situation, right, where you make a commitment to somebody to be in a monogamous relationship, aren't both parties going to try their best to not cheat?
Yeah, but I want to do it with the girl that's less likely that has not been with 350 guys.
Okay, so let's go with the girl with 30. What makes the girl with 30 less likely to cheat than the lady with 350?
Because then how many guys did she say no to out of that 18,000?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. What does that have to do?
Way more men.
But does that have to do? Let's say that she said no to way more men because she only found 30 that she was actually sexually attracted to, and if she found another 30, it would have been 60. So what I'm saying is that what makes the 30 girl less likely to cheat? That's what I'm trying to say, because you're equating number of partners with likelihood to cheat. So the 30 woman still has a lot of number of partners. She could have fucked dudes from all different types of races, right? So what makes her not be able to cheat and the other girl most likely to cheat?
I think for someone who's going to consistently because obviously whenever we say 350 men, these are a lot of fast, quick, one-night stand hookups. She didn't get into long-term relationships with 350 guys. This means consistently she's out at a bar one night, she goes home with a guy, sleeps with them. 3 weeks later, she's at another bar, goes home. That is consistent with poor decision making.
Wait. I'm trying to get to this poor decision making. Is she bound to any guy at this point when she's single?
I would hope not. I would hope that a girl would have some standard.
No. This is what I'm saying. If she's single and she's not in a monogamous committed relationship, who does she have to answer to about fucking?
Herself.
Right. So if it's herself and she finds a guy that she's sexually attracted to, why would she not fuck him?
It's a thing called character. I don't want to just give myself up to any guy.
But she's not. There's thousands of guys she said no to.
So there's hundreds that she said yes to.
Exactly. And that's a small percentage. So what's the difference? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, let me ask you this. So now you saying you would rather a woman with a lower count. Now I want to ask, because I always love to ask you guys that worry about this stuff. How do you know the number?
I mean, you're never going to know 100% for sure. What you're going to do is you're going to look at it based on the type of person she is.
Okay, so tell me, what type of person lets you know it's a 350 count versus a 30 count? What's the difference?
Whenever I go over to her house and I meet her family and I know what she does for a job, I know she has a good stand-up job, not a girl who's a stripper.
Wait. So a woman who works at a law firm, you're trying to say she's more likely to not have a high body count?
No, I would say she would probably make smarter decisions and sleep with less men than a stripper.
No, but you think strippers are sleeping with their customers all the time like that?
Yes.
They're not. I know strippers. They're not. So this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, so you're judging, because you keep equating character with sex, and what I'm trying to get you to understand is that there's nothing bad about making a decision to have sex as a grown woman, to have sex with a guy who you're attracted to sexually. That's the part I'm trying to get. Like, what is the bad decision? Is the bad decision because she's doing it a lot with a lot of guys?
Let me ask you this. How much risk is involved with sleeping with somebody that you don't even know every 30 days? How much risk is involved to the woman?
Like, what's the risk? What's the risk?
STDs.
And so let's say the woman is getting checked up every 3 months and she's clean.
I mean, that's not realistic.
That's not real. What are you talking about? People do this shit all the time. And also, you can catch an STD having sex with one person. You don't have to do a million fucking people to catch STD.
So that's what I'm saying. I'd rather take that risk with one person than take the risk and take the blood test after 300 people.
But what difference? Okay, if you catch chlamydia from fucking one person versus you went through 7 people, what difference does it make?
We're talking about HIV.
So
not
you can
chlamydia where you take a
bro,
pill.
you can catch that with one. This is what I'm saying. See, this is the part you're not getting. You're equating things that are irrelevant to the argument. Because because you're saying, well, if a woman has sex with all these people, she can catch something. Yes. And she can have sex with one person and catch something. So what I'm saying to you is that if a person is careful, like for example, do you know that a lot of people who have sex will hook up without condoms and shit? Like they'll actually go on raw. And then you have people who will hook up a lot, but they're always using protection. You see what I'm saying? So you can have a person who fucked 3 people and all of them was raw and catch something, and a motherfucker that's having sex protected with 45 people and have nothing. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Well, now you're saying numbers like 45. You can't even mention the number 45 because you already said the a low body count to 150.
Yeah, so it could be 35, 150, 300. It don't matter. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
45 and 150 are two vastly different numbers. That's not 45 and 46. Okay. 45 and 150. That's almost triple.
Wait. So okay. So you watch porn?
Yeah. What?
Do you watch porn?
Yes.
Okay. Don't porn stars fuck a lot of women in porn fuck a lot of dudes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And they got to get tested to make sure they ain't got no shit so they can keep fucking, right?
Yeah, and a lot of them cannot shoot and can't record porn for weeks on end because they have outbreaks and they have to wait to shoot. They're only shooting whenever they're not having outbreaks and they're clean.
Right. So let me ask you a question. How the hell do you get rid of STDs? Like, what's the way to guarantee that you never get your STD?
Not have sex.
Exactly. So unless you're never going to have sex with anybody, that's a moot point. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So you're trying to equate that point with, oh, well, you're fucking all these people. It don't matter. You can still catch it regardless. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But you're less likely to catch it with one person than 100 people.
No, you're not. No, you're not. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, you could be with one chick and catch something from that one chick, or you could fuck 100 chicks and catch nothing.
I find that very hard to believe.
But I'm telling you, that's what I'm telling you. I'm literally telling you this because what I'm saying is you can fuck 100 people. Okay, check this out. Let's say you have a person who doesn't have an STD, right? You could find 100 people who don't have an STD. Right? So if you fuck 100 people who have no STDs, what is the outcome?
Statistically, you cannot find 100 people that don't have an STD. You cannot do that.
So by your logic, 99.9999% of the population have STDs?
I think if you do any type of research, what is it? 1 in 6 Americans has, an STD.
Okay, so if I find the 5 who don't, then what are we talking about?
Now you got to do 5 and multiply it until you get to 100. Yeah. You would have to literally the odds of sleeping with 100 people and getting nothing. It's just.
But this is what I want. This is what I want to, bro. This is what I want to say. What I'm trying to say is, okay. Because I'm still stuck on the part where you know or find out if a woman has a low count, because I want to know, because this is the thing. If this is such an important thing, doesn't it make sense to have some knowledge on what the situation is before you commit to a woman?
See, and with what I noticed was, I think it would be harder for a woman to follow a man's lead in his program if she's easily able to just get with another dude. It shows like her commitment isn't to following one guy. She's just on to the next. But
caller, when you're in a relationship, is it just about sex?
Some are.
No, if you're in a long-term relationship, you have a girlfriend or a wife, that's not just about sex. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that if a woman is in a relationship with a man who's a leader and she wants to stay in that relationship, she will follow his lead regardless of how much casual sex she had, because a relationship is more than casual sex, which means that the value of the relationship is so heavy that she's willing to follow what needs to be done in order to stay in the relationship. See,
So you think she's not? So you think she's not going to want to go on her girls' trip and go out on the and have her girls' trip to go to Vegas?
Maybe, but what I'm saying is you're so sex focused that you think that's the most powerful thing in the situation. That's the problem. You think, because again, if a woman's single, remember, she's single. She doesn't have to only have sex with a certain guy or a certain amount of guys. She can have sex with whoever she wants. So what I'm saying is that when she's in that situation, she's like, I'm just going to do me. Now she finds a man. She wants to be in a long-term relationship. She says, oh, I'm not going to fuck these other guys to fuck up. Okay, think about this. You think a woman who is desiring a long-term relationship, a guy who actually gives a fuck about her, a guy who actually wants to be with her long-term, a guy who wants to have kids with her, a guy who wants to be consistent with her. You think that in most cases, she's going to want to fuck it up for 7 minutes of sex with a random nigga? She's been having random sex. She knows what that's like. But what she don't know what is that, damn, I actually want a long-term relationship. So she's going to weigh out the odds. Now, does this mean that women don't cheat? Of course not. Women will cheat. What I'm saying, though, is it's naive to think that a woman who's had casual sex, it can't actually fuck, who can't actually be in a long-term relationship without cheating. That's ridiculous. Because the value of the relationship is so heavy that a lot of times she's not willing to risk that for cheating. Do you see what I'm saying?
So you don't think that you won't be like, whenever she hooks up with you, she's not going to see it as any different or special. She's just going to look at it as you're just another dude. Why would she all of a sudden now say, oh no, I want to end my whole fuck fest because this is the guy. Well, why couldn't she have done that 100 guys ago? Because
either she didn't want to be in a long-term relationship or those guys didn't want to be in a long. Okay, let me ask. So you think every dude who fucked her wanted to be with her long-term?
I would think out of 350, a handful of them would probably, yes, want to be with her long-term.
Okay, now check this out. I'm glad you said that. Now, if you're a guy who can fuck a multitude of women, lots of women want to fuck you. You're that attractive where you get lots of offers for sex. They throw the pussy at you. You trying to tell me you trying to just settle with that one chick?
I mean, I'm not really, I'm not sure on that one.
But the answer is no. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So you're like, well, if 300 guys went at her, you know who those 300 guys are? Those 300 guys are the guys who get sex on the regular. So they're not going to be like, well, I'm going to wife this girl up. Why? They have no incentive because they could keep fucking. Most of the time when a woman tells you her body count, 90-something% of those guys are the sexually attractive alpha males who keep getting pussy. That's why those guys don't stay, and that's why the body count goes up. Body counts go up because of alpha males. You understand what I'm saying? They're the ones fucking most of the women, getting the counts up. The beta males are the guys that's like, oh man, she came to me and she got all these bodies. Yes, because all these niggas was fucking her and they didn't want to stay because they didn't need to stay. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. So what I'm saying to you is that how do you determine the girl that you end up being in a marriage with? How do you determine whether she's the girl who has 350 bodies or the girl who has 30 bodies? That's what I want to know for you, because this is important to you. So how do you know that you're not wifing up a woman who has 350 bodies? That's what I want to know.
I would find out based off of just everything in general.
Like what?
Like I said, whenever I'm over at her house and I'm meeting her family and I'm finding about where she went to school, where she works, what she does, going through her social media. I mean, a girl that sleeps with 350 dudes, she's gonna have a lifestyle, and it's probably gonna be on an air mattress.
What's the lifestyle?
It's gonna be on an air mattress with vodka bottles. And she's going to probably, this isn't going to be a wholesome girl that's just sitting at home on Saturday. She's going to be partying.
Yo, so wait, what where'd you come up with this? Like what makes you think this?
But just from girls in the past. I mean, come on. You're going to tell me right now, Lucario, if you went out, you could not meet a girl who this girl fucks and she will fuck anybody. You're telling me you can't tell that. Bro,
so you trying to tell me a woman who's a teacher who teaches kindergarten isn't out here fucking and sucking because she's a teacher and you met her family? Hold on, K Zagin's on. Let me guess, K Zagin, what's your thoughts on this real quick?
Caller, let me tell you, you are the poster child for women throwing the wool over your eyes. You're perfect. Okay, let me explain something to you guys. This is how foolish guys are. Caller, do you not understand that women watch this type of content? You know that, right?
Yeah.
So women already know that depending on how you speak to them or how you talk, they already know what category to put you in. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is what I mean by that. If a woman met me or L, they already know he's not the type of guy that's concerned with what I did in the past.
Right.
Okay. This is the type of guy, he doesn't care about that. He's the type of guy where he knows his way around women. When they meet you and they listen to you talk, she already knows to conceal herself from you.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna hide herself. So
we're not
hold on real quick. Okay, hold on. I'll pass it back to you in a moment. Okay, let me just tell a quick story so that way you can understand, right? I'm related to an individual, right? When we were in high school, he had a high school sweetheart, right? They both had sex for the first time with each other, right? He met her family. She came from a great home, right? Wealthy family, all of that shit. Religious family, all of that, right? She got a full ride academic scholarship to UT in Austin, University of Texas. I told this individual, now I was a teenager at the time, right? So I had enough sense to know what was going to happen to him. I told him, I said, you should break up with her right before she go to college. He said, man, we love each other. I said, I told him, when she get to that fucking college campus in Austin, when them fraternity dudes, them basketball playing niggas and them track and football niggas get a hold of her, she gonna be fucking. Right? Now, bear in mind, she had only had sex with one person, and that was him.
Right.
Call her. She went to school late August. October, he called her dorm room. A dude answered the phone. Yeah, what's up? This individual I'm related to said, where's such and such? She's sleeping right now. Who this? So it took her no time at all to fuck another dude, and she had one body. Bro, it don't matter. It doesn't matter. This is what you guys got to remember, and I'm going to pass it back to you, El. Sexual attraction is not a faucet. Okay, let me explain what I mean by that. A woman can love you like crazy. Okay, you can be a good lover to her. You can be everything that she thinks she wants in a man. That doesn't stop her from being sexually attracted to other men.
Right.
And that's all that it takes. L, you got it. I'm out.
Right. That's a fact. So Caller, do you understand that? Like the chick had one body and she still cheated.
So I didn't get. So how many guys had she had dated with since she'd been there?
No, she. So basically, what he's saying is that she smashed other guys when she got to college, meaning she cheated on her man, right? And she only had one body, which was her man. So the number of bodies does not equate to cheating, because if she had one body, right, that means her body count wasn't high and she still cheated. That's what I was trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you that cheating does not equate just to the fact that a woman has a lot of bodies.
I mean, everyone's going to get cheated on at some time, but I guarantee you at the end of the day, she's probably less likely to go and do that 300 more times.
Man, I swear, I feel bad for some of you guys, because y'all really you really believe this shit? Like, you really believe that you can tell a woman has a high body count based off the fact of how her lifestyle is by watching her on social media and meeting her family?
Well, let me ask you this. What do you think a woman that has slept with 350 men? What do you think her lifestyle is like? What do you think
It could be? It could be anything. She could be a bus driver.
No.
She could be a teacher. She could be a lawyer. She could be a woman who goes to church. It don't. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
A lawyer who's had to spend year after year after year studying for the bar exam, doing all types of extra stuff outside of school. You're telling me now she's got time to go sleep with 40 men in 20 days?
Think about this. If she's been single for 10 years, right? And she's studying for the bar, doing all this other stuff and going ham, right? First of all, she's going to have her guys. Let's say she has 3 guys that are in rotation. When those guys aren't available, she's going to have to get a new dude. You feel what I'm saying? Like, do you know women will go on dating apps cruising for dick? Like, literally, oh, I want to fuck tonight. Let me find a guy. That's what they do.
Would you say by her sleeping with 350 dudes could potentially hurt her lottery in the future?
No.
By possibly getting pregnant? By possibly now...
Bro, see, you keep adding extras on it. You could fuck and not get pregnant. So what are we talking about pregnancy? How does that? And that's what I'm saying.
Saying the odds are she would have it would affect her future negatively by continuing to sleep with a bunch of men.
How? Okay,
like I just said.
Okay, this is the thing. No, I want to literally understand how that'll affect her getting a lottery. How?
I mean, from what we've already said previously, she could get pregnant. She could get an STD.
No.
I mean, dude, here's another thing.
Okay, wait, hold on. Hold on. Can a woman get pregnant by having sex with one guy?
No, we're talking 100.
No. I'm asking a question. Can a woman get pregnant by having sex with just one man? That's the only man she fucking.
If she's irresponsible, yes.
Exactly. So then that kills your argument about it being about her having a high body count. That's what I'm saying. If that can happen with just one guy, that kills your argument. Just like when Kay Zagan said the woman with one body still cheated, that kills your cheating argument. So what I'm saying is your argument has to correlate to say, because a woman has a high body count, these things are going to happen versus if she has a low body count. That's what we're talking about.
Let me ask you this. If someone goes into a store and steals a candy bar one time, and another person goes in the store and has stolen 350 times out of that store, who is more likely to steal the next time they go into the store? The person that did it one time or the person that did it 350 times?
So wait, so you're equating sex to crime?
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm
equating it to the decision making.
Bro, but that's what I'm trying to this is what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm saying is that it's your mindset about sex. You see what I'm saying? So let's flip it. Let's say a person volunteered one time and then another person volunteered 350 times, right? Wouldn't you want the person volunteering 350 times?
Volunteered for what?
Anything. She volunteered to help the homeless 350 times. Wouldn't that be better than a woman?
No, you can't put sleeping with a random person at the bar the same thing as going down and volunteering at your
right, and you can't do the same thing with stealing. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, but notice. But hold on. But notice.
One is looked upon positively.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, you look at sex negatively, which is why you equated sex to crime. Where I equated the sex to something positive, like volunteering. You see how that works? So your perspective of sex means that it's negative, which is why you said she's making bad decisions. Because if you're having a lot of sex, that's obviously a bad decision because sex is bad. That's how you look at it.
If you had 100 men, how many of them out of that 100 do you think they would say it is a negative impact for a woman to sleep with 350 men? How many out of that?
I'd probably say about 85% would say that, because 85% would be the betas.
Come on.
Because check this out.
Not one of them are going to be an alpha, and not one of them's going to be.
Check this out. If somebody said it's negative to fuck, and because we're saying it's negative to fuck, women aren't going to be fucking. If you were the type of guy who got sex, would you vote for that?
I would say whenever you're getting into the hundreds, any person with a brain is going to look at it and say it is negative.
No, but why? Why? Tell me why.
Because it's too much. It goes to show that they're not focusing on other areas and aspects of their life.
Wait, so okay, let me ask you a question.
They're only worried about
hold on. Let me ask you a question. How long does the average sex session occur? Do you know?
30 minutes?
No, the average sex session is 5 minutes. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So you trying to tell me a woman couldn't
even better. I don't want the girl that hooked up with a dude in a gas station for 5 minutes.
Why?
I would not want someone that is willing to make that decision. Hey, I met the guy at the cashier, or I met the cashier, and we went around back and had sex 5 minutes.
Okay, so last question I'm asking, because I got to get some of these calls. So, all
right,
how often do you like to have sex?
Are you talking casual or in a relationship?
In a relationship.
3 to 4 nights a week.
Okay. Now, so obviously you want a woman who likes to have sex frequently, right?
I mean, if that's frequent, that's not really that much out of, all the hours in the week.
No, I'm saying you said like 4 to 5 times a week, right?
3 or 4.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. So basically about half or more than half the week you want to have sex, right?
Well, yeah, if we do your math, it'd be 20 minutes out of the week.
Okay, cool. So that means you want a woman who likes to have sex, right?
Yes.
Okay, therefore, a woman with a high body count will be more your type.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be in the hundreds.
I mean, hey, all I'm saying listen, I'm just telling you.
I got to go back to work, but hey,
yes,
man,
sir.
I love the show.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you calling in, bro.
Content, bro.
All right, man. I'm holler at you, man. All right, peace. All right, so we're going to go to 832 and then 954. 832, what's popping? Who this?
Chilling, man. Damn, man, y'all was going in, man. I just wanted to chime in a little bit, but I mean, it's all cool because I was like, damn, man. I know you're the big homie. Lucario, you all respect you. I said, damn, Lucario think 350, 100 is a low body count?
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. For average motherfucker, listen. If a chick is getting offered dick by 3,000 people, 100 is low.
Yeah.
That's all. I'm looking at it from looking at it from a bird's eye view. But see, a lot of guys don't understand how much dick women get offered. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
I ain't gonna lie, everybody's subjective. I ain't gonna lie, Lucario. I've seen girls get ran through. I had my little fun in high school, college, but I ain't gonna lie, man. Once it was known that she was super, 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 super fast, I was like, all right, I'm gonna walk back. Y'all got that one. I ain't, I don't like them too fast. I ain't gonna lie, but that's just me. I don't like them too fast. Too out there.
They're all fast, bro. What are we talking about? They're all fast.
Yeah. No, true. But if she's just walking around like, hey, who wanna fuck? I'm like, yo.
But that's the thing. See, ain't no girls doing that. That's the thing. Like, a lot of guys be thinking women be just out here like, oh, fuck me. It's like, no, they're just fast to guys they want to fuck. Like, if they want to fuck you, they want to have sex with you, they're ready to make it happen, like, quickly.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you a quick little story, but I'm gonna combine 2 stories. The ones I remember, this is in high school and college. The ones I remember, they were low key, but like word got around to the basketball team and certain guys like, yo, man, we're gonna be in the stairwell doing our thing. And then in college, it was like, yeah, man, she like getting recorded, blah blah blah. On the surface, it wasn't really, you couldn't really tell, really. But once you got around her and started talking to her, got a few drinks, and she was just wilding out and having fun. But at the end of the day, I don't judge. At the end of the day, like you said, people make time to fuck. It's cool. But I ain't gonna lie, Lucario. If she got 100, if a girl tells me she got 150 bodies, I ain't gonna judge her. But I'm gonna be like, damn, like you was really out here, getting in. Like what you was.
But see, that's the thing. But the funny part is, most of the women that most of you guys have dated or are in relationships with now got close to that amount of bodies. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the ironic part about it, is that most of the women who y'all are dating right now have probably like 80 to 120 bodies. But they never gonna tell you that. You see what I'm saying?
I don't know, Lucario.
They
I
never gonna tell you that.
I tell you, I am not trying to challenge you or discredit you. I ain't gonna lie. These hoes be lying. I give it. These hoes be lying. Niggas be hitting anything. I'm telling my partners they hit anything, and I'm like, dog, you hit chubby. Like, man, I'm hitting anything.
Because think about this. Think about this. Think about how many single women are out here. Think about how many women complain that they can't find a man. What do y'all think they doing while they can't find a man? They fucking.
Yeah, that is true. That is
you
true.
What I'm saying?
But at that huge rate, they just really like that dick, man. But before I go, I will say this though, man. I mean, any girl can get popped. At the end of the day, you know, whether you a church girl, your daddy was a pimp, or you just like hanging with the drug dealers, the basketball team, any girl can get popped. I just feel like once you get a taste of that quote unquote good dick, whatever, however, you get more curious, and sometimes it's hard to keep up that image of like, you know, I want to wait till I'm married, because I know a lot of girls say they want to get married, but they fucking. I'm like, yo, she is. I always tell my homegirl like, yo, like she wants to get married, but yeah, you're engaged in an activity that lead to you getting fucked, but no proposal. So, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Right, but
I just was laughing because I say, damn, the big homies say 100 is low.
I'm telling you, is listen, that is regular. That's regular, I would say. You know what I'm saying? So, because again, when you do the math, because that's what nobody wants to do the math. When you do the math, that shit is low. Because if I gave you $100 out of 3,000, you would look at me like I'm crazy. You'd be like, nigga, you gotta give me half. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so you would know that's low. You know what I'm saying?
Now I will say this though, Lucario, like they do get approached a lot. Now, if a woman likes a certain type, then maybe she might not always find her green eyes, swole dude with the abs, and he's a star player that scores 30 points a game. She may not find it, and she may settle for a little dick here and there. But if a girl don't got no type, she just say, you know what, I'm insecure. I get my validation. I get my validation through dick. You know, I'm just jumping on whatever, opening my legs. Oh yeah, she gonna be out there going ham. But you know, if a girl have a certain type of pride and what type of dick she want to fuck with, she's still fucking, but she is turning down a lot of guys. But if you're that certain type of guy, and you drive that certain type of car, and you got that certain type of talk, you might fuck her, but it may be hard for her to have a whole lot of bodies. But she is getting fucked. I will say this: a lot of women will have a early youth of fucking, then they clean that shit up. Then they clean that shit up, and now they want to repackage themselves as, hey, you know, I like to take it slow. I'm dating with a person.
Yeah, because they gotta appease the betas. That's how it works. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works.
But all right, man. Take care, man. I just said big homie safe.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call, man.
All right.
Mala. Peace. All right, let's go to 954 and then 313 and then 929. So 954 was popping with this.
Hold on, name's JR. I donated.
JR was popping. Appreciate the donation, brother. See you right there. That's what's up. So what's going on? Oh shit! I keep.
Yo, bro, did you really say 350 though, man?
Yeah. I said 350 is high. Hell yeah. I say 350 is high. About 100 is low. 100 and below is low. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't know. My number's a little different, man. I would say like 70 is low. Probably about 50 to 70 is low, and I would say maybe like 100 or maybe 150 is high. Well, it depends on the girl too, because if the girl if the girl's like a sex worker or any type of shit like that, then of course I would expect that high number. But if she's just like your average chick, I wouldn't expect her to do like 150.
So let me ask you a question. If a woman doesn't have a boyfriend, right? Or let's say the average chick, like, what do you think the average chick's sex drive is? Like, do you think a woman could go like 3 months without no dick?
Oh no, they fucking
right.
But the thing is, you gotta understand, women nowadays they know that they're being shamed for having a high body count.
No, I know, but that's why they lie. So lying doesn't take away what they're actually doing though. So yeah, they'll lie to you. They'll be like, oh, my body count is 7. But every weekend or so, she's fucking a new dude.
Yeah. I don't. If the female tells me 7, it's pretty much capped to me. I don't believe that anyways. But what females typically do, they recycle dudes. Like they might fuck with a guy for like 3 months, and then another guy for 6 months, and then another guy for 2 months. I'm talking about if they're single. That's what they try. They know they get shamed for those high body counts. So what they try to do, they try to recycle. They try to recycle dudes. So like, let's just say she was talking with a dude for like 3 months, and then they stopped talking, and then she's talking to another dude for another 3 months. She might go to the guy that she was talking to the previous month, or let's just say if she was, let's just say if she got a baby daddy, right? So she got a baby daddy, she was fucking the baby daddy, right, for like a year, and then she meet a guy, a new guy come, and he was fucking the new guy for like 3 or 4 months, and now she might go back to the baby daddy. So that's what I'm saying. Like they typically, not all. I'm just saying some women will like to recycle dick.
And what do they do when they can't? Okay, so now what do they do when they can't recycle?
They can recycle because
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, what do they do when they can't recycle? See, you're assuming that they can always recycle, but sometimes what happens is they can't. Like, okay, so for example, there's chicks that I smashed that they can't recycle me. Like, I don't want to fuck them no more. You see what I'm saying? Like, they could never get me back. So times that by a bunch of other guys they can't get back. So what happens is yes, they recycle, but there's a small percentage of guys they can recycle. But then what happens is that when those guys aren't available, then what do they got to do? They got to get new dick.
Yeah, that's true. They'll get new dick, but still, they're still recycling that new dick. Because, like you said, typically dudes are trying to fuck anyways. Dude, even if you fuck a chick, let's just say you meet a chick, you fucked her like 5 years ago, right? And then you obviously just stop fucking with her. Like you're the one that chose not to fuck with her. Let's just say you want to be in a monogamous relationship. You just stop fucking her altogether. Right. So now you and the girl that you're in a monogamous relationship with, now y'all break up. Now you might try to, you know what I'm saying? What they call it? You might try to go with the girl that you fucked back then 5 years ago. I forgot what they call that shit. But yeah, you might go ahead and try to get back with her. Or try to continue fucking her. Try to. That's what I'm trying to say. Like dudes is still sometimes is gonna try to fuck, even though it's been years past. So you're not a new body. You're just a recycled body she used to fuck with 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But see, this is just like April said in the chat. She said, they might recycle, but they're always adding new dick to the rotation. That's what I'm saying. So that's where the high. This is what I'm trying to tell guys. The reality is, guys who women. Okay, think about, because you got to understand. Most guys women have sex with, most of them, not all of them, but most of the guys women have sex with are the guys that they're really sexually attracted to. You understand? Because a woman doesn't have to fuck a guy she's not really that sexually attracted to, because there's other guys around who she's sexually attracted who want to fuck her also. So she can choose to fuck the sexually attractive guy than the not sexually attractive guy. Men on the other end are different. Most guys have to fuck what they can because they ain't got no game, right? So what happens is that the guys that she doesn't want to fuck, the beta males, they're last. That's why after she fucks all the alpha males who's making her count go high, she goes to the beta male, and the beta male's like, ew, you got a high body count. I'm not fucking with you. But the reason why she got a high body count is because those guys who are having sex with her, they come in, and like you said, some of them, they get recycled, but then they leave. And then she has to get a new dick. And then that new dick leaves. And she got to get a new dick. So new dick is always coming into the situation. You understand what I'm saying? And that new dick racks up the bodies. So when guys are saying, oh, well, she told me she only had a body count of 3, it's cap. Because what happens is if she's been single for 8 years and she's telling you she got a body count of 3, that's some bullshit. Because she has to keep getting new dick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. Shit, even chicks that's in a relationship, shit, it might rack up a few bodies here and there. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, I'm not gonna say it'll jump up to like 100 150 or 300.
But that's what I'm saying. Those bodies. But this is the thing. Those bodies rack up quick. So what I'm saying is, before you know it, it's because understand this: a lot of women don't count. Like meaning they don't count the bodies. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So they're just going through their life. Right? They're just going through their life fucking. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so they don't even notice what it's up to. You see what I'm saying?
I seen the clip on IG. I'll send it to you if I can find it on IG. Where a chick was like, "Oh, she don't count guys that she use condoms with."
Exactly. See, shit like that, right? Exactly. So they gonna lie, or they not even gonna count in the first place. You see what I'm saying? So if a woman is 32 and she's been having sex since she was 16, 17, or 18, right? She don't remember the amount of niggas she fucked, right? She might think she's estimating, oh, I probably fucked 50 dudes, but it's really 89. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like but she don't know that. You feel what I mean?
That's basically, and that's why I say that's the reason why I gave that number, because like as far as like a female's body count, because it's like she's gonna rack up, like I said, like K-Zag was saying, like she probably racked up most of those bodies while she was in college,
right?
Because when I was in college, bro, there was chicks that I knew that, bro, we had like train sessions, and it would be like 3-4 dudes just running a train on her.
Exactly.
Like
that's what I'm talking about. See,
we ran a train on the girl.
Listen. These dudes
was going wow.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
These dudes don't want to know, bro. They I'm telling you, like, y'all don't want to know what chicks be doing. Trust me, I don't want to know. You understand what I'm saying? Trust me, I don't want to know. Because even when you know, right? When you hear it and you're like, oh shit, I almost forgot that chick. Because listen, man. I've had women tell me stories, and I'm like, God damn. You understand? Like the shit, like if niggas really understood or heard this shit, their whole head would explode. So I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like dudes got to be realistic about this shit. But yo, man, I appreciate the call, my brother. Got to get a few more of these before I wrap this shit up, man. But let's go to 313 and then 929. 313. What's poppin'? Who this?
Hello, Lucario.
What's up? What's going on? Who's this?
Hey, what's going on? This is Muhammad from Michigan. I've donated.
Appreciate it. See the donation. That's what's up.
By the way, real quick though, yes, Hakeem Smith won still, right?
Yes, sir. I got it.
I donated before, and I just went to the Cash App and went recent.
That's what's up. So what's going on? What's going on?
Oh no, I was asking if it went through. It went through.
Oh yeah, it went through. You good?
All right, bet. So I want to ask though, real quick, is 35 actually high?
Well, high is based off of a person's opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like what, you know what I mean? So,
it's an opinion-based thing.
Yeah, because there's no fact that.
Like, I'm not someone who cares about body count, right?
Right.
But I'm talking about experience, right? Because I'm going to be honest, I'm not that experienced. So if I'm with a woman who's really experienced, they're going to try to do like weird tricks on me and stuff. You know what I mean? And I want to be prepared for that kind of thing.
Wait.
I mean?
Okay, so how many women have you been with sexually? Like, what's your body count? 2?
2.
How old are you?
Yeah. I'm 20.
Okay, so yeah, you're a youngin'. So listen, ain't no chicks, really gonna be doing a whole bunch of crazy ass tricks on you and all this other extra shit, man. Listen, this is what you gotta understand. Women are sexual beings just like you, right? If you're in a situation with a woman where you want a relationship, a long-term situation, and you vet the girl and everything is cool and she's cooperating, that's the most important thing, is the woman being what you want in the situation in order for her to be a girlfriend or wife or whatever it is. That's the key. All of that other extra shit that these guys are talking about on the internet does not really matter. Now, the exception is that you do have women out here who might have some sort of, like addiction or a mental issue, which other guys, like some guys have sex addiction too. But that's a whole nother story. But a woman who's, who has a healthy, casual sex life, and she's, let's say 30, and she like Brittany Renner, and she has like 35 bodies, that's whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's not anything crazy. But the average dude who doesn't understand, because it's the thing, remember, people see the world or like through their own perspective. So the average guy, like for example, your age of 20 and you had sex with 2 women. So from your perspective, oh yeah, this is what I know. So if you hear a woman say I had sex with 89 dudes, you're like, God damn, because it took me this long to get sex with 2 women and you're fucking 89 guys? Like, that's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
I'm honest with you, Lucario, when I hear 89, I'm just like, whatever, because I'm going off of based off how my experience is, right? I'm not usually drained after a session, right? I I go home and take care of I'm not going to be too explicit, but I go home and take care of business usually. Maybe that's just because maybe because they haven't been good or whatever, but so I'm going off of like drainage, right? So is it the same way with women to where they'll be drained after a session, or would they go and have like 5 dudes in a day? You know what I mean?
Well, this is the thing. Some women going off of? Listen, some women will fuck multiple guys in one day. Okay, listen. I'm telling y'all shit that women won't tell y'all. Some women will have sex with multiple dudes in one day. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I get that. No, Lucario, I get that. But how is that possible, though?
You said how is it possible? You said how is it possible for them to
dudes in a day and be drained, right?
Oh no, they'll probably be drained, but
satisfied from all 5 guys.
Yeah, they'll probably be drained, but they still could do it. They'll still do it if they're that horny. You see what I'm saying? They'll still do multiple dudes.
How horny they are.
Huh?
It depends on how horny they are.
Yeah, because this is what you got to understand. People have different sex drives. And so you have some women who, they'll get trains ran on them. They'll fuck, like even the guy that was calling earlier, he was saying that women recycle guys. And he was saying it in the sense of a woman will mess with this guy for 3 months and another guy for 3 months. And what I'm saying is she'll deal with both of them in the same months. Like women will do this type of stuff. So again, like guys have to understand that women like sex just as much or even more in certain cases than dudes. You see what I'm saying? But women have to pretend they don't like it like that because they're ashamed of society. So what I'm saying is that if see, this is the thing, you got to understand something. Guys who don't get sex or who don't get sex frequently are the majority of men, or you could say majority of males, right? So what happens is, and this is the thing, women who are fucking the other guys, right? The alphas and the alphas and the women who are fucking them are supposed to shut the fuck up. Like I'm like guys who get sex are not supposed to be talking about how much sex they get, because that's
really?
gonna
okay. Like I have 2 more questions after this, Lucario, so I'm not gonna try to hold up your time. This is the last thing before I get to my other 2.
No,
I was with a group of guys right before. They would talk about they would even tell me, "Hey, yo, Muhammad, you get some pussy this morning?" Like they would literally ask me that kind of shit. But they seemed like they were doing fine with their sex lives. So is that the norm usually? Like they wouldn't usually be that loud about it, or is it like it's a situation where it depends on the guy?
No, the thing is that some guy, it depends on who you're talking to. Is that your friends or whatever? Like, guys who are friends will talk shit like that. They were
coworkers, but I considered them my friends. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes dudes just talk like that. You know what I'm saying? On some regular shit. You know what I mean? But what happens is that like in these situations, right? You're going to have guys who are going to like come at it in different ways, just like even with this topic. You have guys who come at this topic different ways because of their standpoint on different situations. But a lot of their standpoints on the situation have to come from, or it comes from their perspective. So if my perspective is, I'm not getting a sex like that and women don't like sex as much as us and I got to wait for sex, guys think that every guy's like that. And then so what happens is that if I hear a woman who's had a lot of sex, then there must be something wrong with her, because in my perspective, I don't understand how women could be having this much sex if women don't like to have that much sex. You see what I'm saying? It just all depends on the person's perspective.
I see that, because if let's say I was someone who had to do a lot of work to get one, and then she's getting them, you know how it's like, if I'll relate this to money, right? You know how some people who are struggling to make money and don't have that right mindset, they think making $1 was like cost 10 hours of their life, but then the rich guy, I'm sure you can relate to this. Like the rich guy can just make the $1 in like a minute without any effort, and then you're looking at the rich guy like, how is he doing that? I want to learn how to do that. Right? Is it the same sort of situation?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's that guys who get it easy, right? Guys who don't get it easy are wondering how the guys that are getting it easy, or they'll hate on those guys. You feel what I'm saying? But it's just again, it's different perspectives. If you're a guy who doesn't get it easy, your perspective is going to be different than the guy who gets it easy. You see what I'm saying?
Got you. I mean, I kind of wasted a lot of my questions, so I'm just going to ask one more and then I'll head out because I know you got more calls. So
no,
I was going to ask, So when I'm out in the field, right, I'm going out, I'm approaching women, I'm doing my thing, right. And when I'm getting rejected in the moment, I'm completely fine with it, right? Like I'm like, okay, it's whatever. Go on to the next one. But then I get home and I get very super frustrated when I go home empty-handed. You know what I mean? And then I'm gonna be honest with you, Lucario. I'm not someone who likes to blame women and stuff like that. But it starts to get caught. I start to have those thoughts emerge again when I get home, because I'm not usually a judgmental guy when it comes to women. Like, they do what they do, but I'm saying when I come home empty-handed, that's when I start to like get really frustrated and stuff. But then when I go back in the field, it's like a reset. So it's like after that day, I reset. It's like, and then it keeps like spiraling. You know what I'm saying? How do I prevent that?
Yeah, I mean, well, basically, it's your expectation of what's supposed to happen with women, right? And the thing is, you have to be aware that all things could happen. So, for example, right? Like, I remember one day I set a date with 3 women in one day, right? So I had one for like maybe 2 in the afternoon. I had another one at like 4:30. Yeah, around 4:30. Then I had another one at 7, right? So I was like, oh, cool. I got three chicks I'm supposed to see. I was like, I'm sure one of them will flake. So I'll just see 2 of them or whatever. That's what I was thinking. So then what happened was all 3 of them flaked. So I didn't see none of them. And I was surprised. I was like,
I was going to predict that. Yeah,
right. So I was like, damn. So I'm like, all 3 of these chicks flaked. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't see none of them. But what I'm saying is that possibility always can be there. So, but the thing was, I wasn't upset. I wasn't mad about it because I understood that's a possibility. You see what I'm saying? So once you're aware of all possibilities, then you don't feel any type of way because you accept and understand all possibilities. You see what I'm saying?
I see. So being more aware of like what's going to happen.
Right. Like you, so like, yeah, so you already know. So
wait, but you said, real quick though, you said expectations. How would that be an expectation? Wouldn't that just be situational awareness and understanding? Like,
no, I'm not saying necessarily you're expecting that to happen. I'm saying that you understand it's a possibility it can happen. So what I'm saying is that the reason why you get upset a lot or you feel some type of way is because you have expectation of it to only go one way versus having a perspective and awareness that can go in many different directions. So what happens is that whatever happens, and you're not surprised by it because you're not banking on the expectation that it goes one specific way. You see what I'm saying? So like, you're like, well, I want it to go this way. I need it to be A, B, and C. And then now when D, E, and F happen, you're upset because your expectation was A, B, and C. But if you understand that you have the whole alphabet of circumstances that can occur, no matter what happens, you're like, okay, cool. You understand? Like, and you're not really upset about it because you didn't have an expectation that it only had to be an A, B, and C. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, where the more you go out, the more you interact with women, the more you do certain things, you're going to experience more of these things. And then when you experience more of these things, what's going to happen is that you're going to be more aware of all of the variables that can happen. When you're more aware of all the variables that can happen, you start to accept that these things can happen. Once you accept those things can happen, then it takes away the sting or the frustration because you've gotten to a place of acceptance. So now you're aware that all of these things can happen. You see what I'm saying? It's the ignorance or you just not being aware in general that causes that frustration. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be aware that all possibilities could occur. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see. So it comes with experience, so it's not something I'm going to learn overnight.
Right, exactly. Like as you experience more, you start to get yourself in more of these situations. You start to get used to these situations. And then you start to realize, oh, all possibilities. Because like, for example, if you approach a girl, the possibility is she could be into it or she could not be into it. The girl could say hi to you or respond to you pleasantly, or she can respond like a bitch. You could, set a date. You can go on that date, have sex with a girl, or you set a date, the girl flakes, or you set a date, you just go on the date and the date is cool. You set a date and, you end up seeing that girl for 6 months. You set a date and hang out with a girl for probably 2, there's all these possibilities. So what I'm saying is the more that you understand this, the less frustrated you're going to be, because your frustration is coming from expectation. And a lot of the expectation is coming from the ignorance, because you're like, well, I expect this to happen. And then something else happens. And the reason why you're frustrated because you weren't aware that something else could happen. You see what I'm saying? Or you weren't really understanding or knowing that that's a possibility that the other thing could happen. You see what I'm saying? So for example, you might be, let's say, talking to a girl from a dating app, and y'all are texting each other, and you're setting up a date, and she's saying, hey, I'm really looking forward to seeing you on Friday. And then Friday comes, and then she flakes. Now, the reason why you'll be frustrated is because you're like, wait a second, she told me she was really looking forward to meeting me, and we texted, and she was giving me heart emojis and talking about how she can't wait to see me, and now she flaked and don't want to see me anymore, right? So now
I can see,
right?
yeah.
So your expectation was, oh, I got this in the bag. She's gonna see me. It's gonna be on point. And then the day of the date comes and she flakes. And so what I'm saying is, if you understand that that's a possibility and you're open to the possibility, then you're not frustrated, because that's something that you are aware that could happen. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so but even if I am frustrated at first, that's not a bad thing.
No, not necessarily, because
if it's the first time I've been exposed to this, that's not a bad thing. It's not me being a beta or whatever.
Well, right at this point, because you don't have the experience, you're probably still going to get frustrated. But what I'm saying is, the more experience you have, the less the frustration is going to be, and that comes from.
Got you, but
right.
like, while I'm having these experiences, me being frustrated isn't a negative thing, right? It's just part of the experience.
Right. Because sometimes you have to go through that frustration to realize and recognize that you're not frustrated anymore once you start to not be frustrated. You see what I'm saying? You go from, damn, I was frustrated, to now I'm not really, this doesn't really bother me now because I understand it. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, I see that now. I see.
All right, bro. All right, man. Well, I appreciate the call, brother.
Appreciate it, man. That actually really helped.
Yes, sir. All right, man. I'm gonna holler at you, man. All right. Oh my bad, I cut him off too quick. So, guys, listen, man. I'm about to wrap this shit up. I gotta finish editing this the Bad Boy membership program that I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna probably try to drop it tonight, if not tonight, by tomorrow. And I gotta finish doing that. And make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com. Also go to masculineidentitymembership.com to check out all the memberships. You feel what I'm saying? And also make sure you guys go to mrlocario.com, check out all the books and programs and stuff like that. Also make sure you guys get the Masculine Identity soap. Go to masculineidentitymembership.com. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I will holler at y'all later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I am gone. I'm out. Later.